since we are currently in a state where we're not talking about anything that may or may not come up later in our lives. Hello, it is I, that Levi Magnum, aka the Leviathan Devil, and today we bring to you another episode of Rebirth of the Lost God Rebooted. I am joined by a man who's found a work from home job since he was a teenager, Yuki.
Oh my god.
Hey there, I'm playing Zeros Majir, your devil-worshipping cleric who wins by the power of friendship, cooperation, and somehow following the law.
Don't forget contracts. Good old contracts.
Ah,
Oh
yes,
my
the
God.
contracts.
We don't
Always
talk
the
about the
contracts.
contracts.
Hey, you know, I think Zeros is the kind of guy who realized... So, this is a true thing. I'm not saying this is a good thing, but this is a legal thing that you can do. Never buy anything from someone you don't completely have trust in with a quitclaim deed. Because I could sell you the Golden State Bridge with a quitclaim deed. You don't own the Golden State Bridge, but you did owe me 5,000 gold. As long as I write it correctly, I'm in no legal trouble. That's your unfortunate legal idea for the day. Speaking of fortunate legal ideas, hello, Keat. How's tax season going?
Give him like 5
He's
seconds,
fine.
he's muted.
He's crying.
So I'm an idiot. First off, today was the last Saturday of work, so that's good. And second off, I think I fixed the problem, but I just now realized instead of shoving the snake to the drain, I could have just unscrewed the vent and put it down there. That would have been so much easier.
Speaking of doing things the hard way, hello, Silver. Still drawing on a mouse and keyboard, I see.
You really have to switch up my
sir.
By the way, today's
for
stream
the
is
last few
sponsored by Silver. I forgot to put Seth's on there. It's sponsored by Seth's Ko-Fi as well. You can find Seth's Ko-Fi through Silver's Ko-Fi. I will put Seth's Ko-Fi on there tomorrow. He told me he's okay with that. Next up, we've got everyone's favorite cryptid, Lightsbane!
Hello. Wait, what?
So we got
What do you mean
everyone's
by
favorite cryptid,
What kind of
Lightsbane.
cryptid would
Oh wait,
like-
no, sorry. That was my way of introducing you, Lightsbane. But everyone's favorite cryptid is Mr. Sasquatch.
I thought you were, I thought you were doing a
I was
joke
gonna say, what
there.
kind of cryptid would Will
I,
be?
no, I was doing a joke there, Sass. I was just trying not to explain that I was joking.
You wanted me to respond. Okay, gotcha. Hi, I am everyone's second favorite cryptid now. Speaking of everyone's first favorite cryptid, hello, Will.
What would Will be as a cryptid? That's my question.
Ghost
He's
Rider?
clearly... Yeah, I was about to say he's a Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
You know what? That is true.
Is the Ghost Rider a cryptid?
He'd
No,
either
not
be...
in Marvel Comics, he isn't.
He would either be that, or he'd be one of those floating heads in Vietnam that eat pregnant women's babies.
Oh my god. I know it, and I hate that I know what you're
I've
talking
never
about.
heard of
I
that,
watched a
actually.
video on that one time.
Please tell me that cryptid is more than the time since the Vietnam War old. I'm just curious. I'm hoping we did inspire a whole series of monsters while we were there. Other than the literal monsters we paid to have go in there. Not all Vietnam veterans. Just, there are some people.
Well, no, it's before that.
Thank God.
We did, however...
Really, with Vietnam, it was the people running the war.
I
people in
was more
charge of
talking
making the
about the
shots.
people running the war when I meant veterans, not the actual boots on the ground. If you get ordered to do something and don't really have a good choice to not do it without getting in trouble, I'm not going to blame you for that. The general who told you to go do it, yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, you can't blame the boots on the ground. They had a draft and everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame the soldier. I'll blame the general, the politician, never the soldier.
Now, we
would you
did
blame the person if they didn't weren't conscripted?
If they
and
did
just
it without
volunteered?
being ordered to, I'd have a different opinion.
We did
Okay,
take it.
gotcha.
Have you ever heard of those CIA attempts?
The what camps?
The CIA attempts to use their superstitions against.
Oh, so like you? Yeah, no, I haven't. But now, oh, okay. Let's back off of my somewhat controversial opinions in Vietnam. Unfortunately, they're controversial to say the generals made
Peace in our time,
fucked
Keith.
over
Peace
a
in our time.
generation of soldiers.
Well, we are having peace for now, but that may switch at any moment. I haven't thought to.
Once again, I will say, well, it's the generals and politicians who commanded those lines that I have a problem with, not anybody who.
Matt, no one's watching this. You don't have to worry about being canceled.
This is exactly what they dig up to cancel me, but like again, I'm just saying because like that is one of the things.
How about we steer off of this track and go back onto the next one to avoid being
Yes,
canceled in the future?
Good idea. Good idea.
Let's quickly turn off this lane and go into the next one.
Yes, let's stop driving down the wrong side of the interstate.
I agree. Let us switch directions.
So, Keith, give us a recap since you're so eager to switch directions.
So, are you implying we pull a U-turn, Keith?
Yeah, I'll switch too. Let
I'm
me
more of a
refresh.
switch guy.
Let me refresh my Roll20 because it's not loading.
Oh, damn.
Hey, that happened
So
to Sass too. So,
I got a weird error message.
I will say on the
that-
topic of a little bit of like, you know, at least like driving topic stuff, I will say that at the point that I was still practicing my driving, that I did successfully pull a few U-turns on a road at one point.
I haven't U-turned in a long time. Most of the roads I drive don't have those as a legal option.
I do U-turns. They're good at like 5.5%.
I was pulling U-turns in a truck, so I mean...
I'm not saying I can't pull a U-turn. I'm saying that I can't legally do a U-turn where I'm driving.
Those streets are double-lined yellowed, basically. But for you, Silver, you've been able to... Oh, go ahead.
More of a no U-turn sign than anything else.
Oh, there's a no U-turn sign. Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They have to put the sign up because if you just put the lines on the road, people in Missouri don't listen.
Plus, the funnier fact is that I can park up against a curb better than my mother can, and I have barely driven to begin with, and she's driven for most of her life.
That's not the hard part. They have to try parallel parking between two cars.
I can park at least relatively decent. I still have yet to master parking in like an actual like parking lot space. I'm still a little rusty on that, but otherwise parking up against a curb I've been doing just fine.
If it's been a while, it takes me a while. It takes me like a couple days to get back used to parking. I will be on. Yeah. That's safe for me.
Okay, now back to the recap, Keith.
It won't.
I
was telling my story. Give Keith time.
I was hoping, looking at the map, would refresh my memory, but I'm looking at Matt's stream right now, and I don't recognize that at all.
Oh, that's because it was this map.
We're at a new place now. Are you changing map, Matt?
No, Keith was on my stream, so I changed map that
way.
Okay,
gotcha. Only on the stream, gotcha. But we haven't changed ours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That map where we were trying to make a new spell, but they accidentally said D's nuts
instead of Deus.
Accidentally?
Yes, because one of my players said D's nuts, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, that's funny.
And this instead created a separate spell that summoned a whole bunch of angry Barbajou.
It's not really a separate spell, as I've explained. You're in a high ley line area where outer planes entities tend to watch over because it's a very high, rich magic area, and various deities like to have their plans tied into high, rich magic areas. So you more just offended the Barbazoos by, while chanting in Latin, making a D's nuts joke. It's like you broke a contract in their eyes that you were not trying to make with them.
Ah, a contract that we haven't signed.
But Keith, there's been more than that happened last session.
I know you interrupted me. So the fight ensues. I am touched by a Barbazoo pinky and immediately die.
Pete, I meant there was more before the fight that happened.
Oh yeah, we finished up the previous questy thing.
Right, more before there was something in between those two things, Keith.
I opened a bread and breakfast.
Phil, something in between those things.
Fuck. We learned that the woman was a scientist, kinda, or an experiment of science people that made them both positive and negative healing.
No, gave them both positive and negative damage as ability to take. They can't receive healing through magic, essentially.
They have to be given a potion, or maybe something else.
No, they'd have to be given medicine. Like, they can't use
potions.
potions.
You can't be given
or
a potion?
elixirs, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's positive. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so, what was the start of the quest where you were trying to create the spell?
The start of what was it?
Yeah, like what was going on with that spell? Like, what were the steps to create it? I can remind you of the steps if you've forgotten them.
I mean, we had to do checks. I don't remember what we did.
So you had a Let me find the Spellforge notes. You had 3 sort of research-esque type things you had to do. So the first one was you had to do calculations to get the right math to solve the problem, in which case Ringo is apparently into dominant woman, is what we discovered via that because of a joke.
Oh, right. That.
Then you had skipped part of the actual checks you had to do because you fought Barbazoos, and I forgot about that. And finally, you did a series of checks to inscribe into an actual, like, teachable form the spell Make Whole, which I still yet to transcribe the level that correlates to each version of the item that it parodies, that it is a parody to, parody as in Parrity. So yeah.
I have no idea what that even does, so...
It basically means this spell functions as this type of this item. It's a parody. It's basically a way of rebuilding X in terms of computer systems. It's a lot
after what Elon did to it, we needed to do that.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I cast Excel.
So yeah, then that's what's going on with that's what went on with that. You fought some Barbazoos. Zoroku and Tao tend to work together well because of a little thing I am allowing to work within the rules.
Thank you.
And currently, there were some concerns last week. Primarily on my end, I did say there's going to be a lot of these. Now, the affinity missions will be good, but I also figured I might as well remind you of the reason these are sort of quote-unquote requirement. And I'm still mulling over a few changes to how they will work. So, for now, we're going to roll with it, but I did figure out one thing to give you. So, is there anything else anyone wants to mention about the last affinity mission?
Loaded.
Hooray! Anything? Anyone
Too
else?
many affinity missions.
What?
Too many affinity missions.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You said there was, what, 27 of them?
There are 27 remaining. Yes.
We're only doing a little test run. We'll see after the first initial set.
I do have plans to break them up a bit more. So, like, trust me, I am working on it. But like, we'll see how bad it gets. If the real problem is if most of these are going to take more than one session, then I'm going to have to break them up. But if most of these are taking one session, we could get through them well before the year is over.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So, that being said, is there anything else aside from too many affinity missions you want to mention about the last one?
I don't think. No, I think we're good. Yeah.
I
Unless
like
there's something missed.
What did you say, Keith?
I like that I died.
Why?
Did you?
No, but I got very, very hurt.
Oh,
Okay.
gonna spin around again.
So, you guys did get very hurt. So, you guys gonna take a full rest before going on to the next one?
Sure.
I think that's fair. I need to redo my spell stuff. So, yeah.
So,
Go.
when all of you finally get to sleeping, sleep
Hold on.
schedules. What?
Hold on.
Hold on. Are you in it?
Where's the button?
What do you mean? Where's the button?
I cast
Hmm?
shield.
Why do you cast shield?
Well,
What did you say, Keith?
Pete, can you repeat that? What?
I promised you that I would try a new spell today.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, as you all finally get to sleep, close your eyes, go off to finally get into your dreams. You all find yourself in a somewhat familiar place, which is in a cloud-like world, very basic, yes, you are dreaming moment kind of situation. And in front of you, for yet another time, is your teacher, who has decided to communicate with you this way again. Because communicating with you other ways a little difficult. What the fuck? It's taking a while for it to load.
Is this the map we're using or the another one?
This
The big
could
map?
be. Oh my god! It's page unresponsive. No shit.
I had to restart
you
my
had that
computer.
thing too. I had that thing too. You might have to reload.
You'll love it.
It's a bit scuffed today, guys. They implemented a couple new features such as reload.
Yes,
Mhm.
your pseudo boss.
Pseudo boss! There he is!
Yes, and he's like, good to see you, and I'm glad to see you finally been getting to work on what I asked you to do. How's it going, by the way? Getting to know your classmates well?
Is this addressed to all of us? Are we all in the
Yes,
same?
all of you.
The same.
You're all asleep.
Okay.
You're all in a dream council with the man.
Gotcha. Okay, just wondering. I'm going to assume that you gave me Shiroku because you gave me. Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
Well,
I'll go with Shiroku.
It's all of them. The heroes of Lamasara are here now too. So,
yeah.
either of your characters you feel would have something to say, please just go.
Well,
That
this
would
is
just
why-
be I'm annoyed of this guy. He keeps on asking for arm wrestles. And he's like, oh, he points to Jiroku's, and Jiroku's like, he shrugs it off. He's annoyed, but they work together. So that's what Tao is saying on his end.
What were you saying,
This
Pete?
this isn't like my normal dreams.
To be fair, I am slightly interrupting them. Your sleep is not interrupted. My sleep is interrupted because I've been waiting hours. But to be fair, I'm in a situation where my sleep schedule can be. How is it going? You have a lot of people you're gonna have to talk to. I realize I'm asking a bit much, so I figured I'd give you an understanding why I'm asking you to do this.
Is this supposed to be pretty secretive, or is this like usually how you do things?
To be fair, I don't often show people what I'm about to show you, mostly because
Yeah, gotcha.
mostly because it's only in a situation like a dream that I can show you what I'm going to show you. So first of all, and he pulls down his shirt, pulls out a pendant. And he's like, not that far, like to pull out a necklace. He hides under his shirt. It's like, this is Sky Igniter. This is the very thing that can doom or save the world at any instant. Has another little quirk to it. Let's just say, most of the time, what I see via its gift does not make sense. And when it doesn't make any sense to me, at that given moment in time, I realize there's something big on the horizon. And I'm not currently in a position where I can maneuver around what I think is coming. So I need you to get in the good graces of your fellow students to help maneuver away this little scandal that I shouldn't be in the first place. Once again, what you're doing is, for those of you who care, entirely legal. It is a little covert, but no crimes, as far as I'm asking you to do, are being committed through doing this. That being said, and he puts his hand forth, and then it appears a little ball. Let me show you what I've been seeing for a while now. I have some handouts for you.
Oh, handouts.
Hey, Sass, read this one for me.
Let me see this. Did you share it?
Yes, I did. Oh.
Do you guys see it? I don't see it. I haven't seen it yet. All right. Our image is I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like a humanoid figure, but his chest is being ripped open, or at least torn apart by this blue pharasmic thing. And within the text it says, "It's the desire of everyone to change the world. Why can't you all do it too?" I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be ominous with this, but yeah, that's what it says.
Next, Will.
Mm-hmm.
No, not an attorney voice. Can you do this in a Balefire-esque voice for me? I'm trying to give some more character to this.
I know what this is.
Can you DM what I'm supposed to say?
It's on the.
I showed it to you all. It's in the handout.
Okay.
It's in Vision Part 2.
Okay, Vision Part 2. It's Vision Part 2. My people died, and you want me to move on. Or is it Vision Part 1?
No, it's Vision Part 2, and there's an exclamation. Can you give a bit more oomph to it?
My people died, and you want me to move on.
Okay. Silver, actually, Keat. Vision Part 3, if you would.
Part 3?
Part 3.
Okay. I won't ever be ruled by a Teldane puppet.
That's the middle. Use middle finger, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me a read of that? If not, I can do it, but I'm trying to get this. There's a little vision being shared with you, so if you need me to, I can, but if not, you can.
How do you want me to read it?
A little
Part-
gravel
part
voice if you can.
four
If
in
not,
case all
just
of the other
however
ones
you
are
feel
up.
would be fit.
The end of all things.
Nice.
And finally, I will take care of this one. Here's the picture for you all. I wonder why the sky at the end of it all is so clear.
It's a clear sky, but it's filled with.
Oh, no. The
Well-
whole point of this vision is all of the
Okay, Peck.
visuals and audio don't match.
What you doing?
Gotcha. It's a cacophony of. It's like a distortion of different sounds all at once.
So, like, none of these all of these are things that will come up as a different handout at a different time. But none
I
of the
have
texts
minimized them
are
all.
the same as what they will be when the time comes.
Oh, I wonder where you got this idea.
And if you guys didn't know, an Alting is a thing in Scandinavia. I'm joking. The end of all things, he
Foreshadowing
says.
is a narrative device. That's what I've been seeing for a while.
A thing is an assembly. So basically, when he says "all the end of all things," he means the ends of the assembly. I'm joking.
I
No.
wonder what game series he could have possibly have gotten this from.
If only.
This
Anyway,
is going over my head. Heed, what's the game you're referring to?
oh, I don't know.
I don't like this. I don't like this thing from you, Keith. I thought we were friends.
Anyway,
yeah, so Matt's like, yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. Last time I got something like this, the world almost ended. Any questions?
This is all from the Sky Igniter key?
This is all from the Sky Igniter. It gives weird, wanky visions like this every once in a while. None of which are 100% certain, but most of which come true.
what's the Sky Igniter?
It's the necklace I wear.
What's it do?
A lot of things. Particularly, it's a long story. I really... Primarily, Sky Igniter is a tool that I can use to fuck with other people's ability to manipulate fate. It's also
really
got
powerful.
its name from apparently ending the Age of Darkness. So, it's a very valuable tool.
That could be very abusable in the wrong hands. You sure we
Correct.
can't destroy it?
No. It's in the right hands, it is essential. In the wrong hands, it's
Okay.
abusable. So that's another reason why you should probably do this. But primarily, all of those visions started around the same time I got kicked from where I was. So, usually a general good sign to stop this from progressing further is to stop the thing that triggered it. However, Sky Igniter is this weird thing where you think you can change it. Most of the time you can. Some of the times it just gives you a middle finger.
This is a joke. Listen, I'm going to end. I'm gonna try and reject that all things from destroying all things by being the first to destroy all things. So instead of them being the one that do everything, I'll be the one to destroy everything.
Yes, so that is why I'm asking you to do this grunt work, because it might seem all pointless at the moment. And at the moment, it probably fucking is. It probably isn't worth the time. But if what I feel is to come from this, And again, I'm working with a bunch of jumbled up imagery and words. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah, I need you guys to do this. There's a lot of it, but this is essential for this world's survival, as far as I can tell.
Al asks, what would you have us do then?
Just continue helping your classmates until I figure out the next step of the plan. Because you need your classmates' help to get to the next part of it, but I don't know what the next part is, partially because there's not really a good way forward at the moment. So, gather allies, get stronger, get more resources, and I'll contact you again next time I have a new play. And Matt looks at Tardy as like, Tardy, do your best not to die and be eaten by something.
Okay. What's death?
Oh, right, you have no concept of that.
Nobody told me.
Tardy, try not to have all of your fruit consumed by something.
Okay.
Any questions before I disconnect? Because, don't want to disrupt your dreams for too long.
No, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know.
You say maybe. Do you have a question? I'm here for it.
I don't really know what's going on with all those images.
I mean, yeah, neither do I. I really don't. The words only partially make sense. The voices are a little distorted in a lot of cases. That's just what I'm working with. As the time gets closer, I'll see it clearer, but until that point, I'm at this state.
What will be the next time you contact us?
Either when the vision clears up more and there's a more immediate need for me to take action, or when I find a good plan to take action upon. I always have a plan, but sometimes it's not the right time for the plan to be enacted. Then sometimes my plan is to fuck off for a year. Look, it works until it doesn't, but when it stops working, we're all doomed. So just roll with it.
Fair enough, fair enough. You're the boss.
Yes. Now, I'm going to cut off the communications, let you all get back to sleep, do what you can. You'll remember this meeting, you'll remember everything about it, just get to it. And he makes a little scissors cut, and you get back to your dream and wake up the next morning refreshed and able to recover what you lost.
Gonna refill these. All good. All right.
Now, before we get started with the affinity missions, does anyone need to buy any upgrades?
Yeah. Aren't we eligible for
+1 runes on your armor?
Yeah, I don't think we're eligible yet for our next weapon upgrades. But...
Not quite yet. You'll get your next armor upgrade too before the next weapon. So,
I'm gonna find another weapon for Adonis to have.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little early to take our first break, so if you want, we can take a quick 5 minutes, or we can do the upgrades live and you can go to shops. Whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We can do the 5-minute upgrade. For people wise, it sounds like they want to upgrade, so yeah.
Well, there's +1
either
armor
way.
runes, so I just want to know if we
I
want
would personally, though, prefer to actually act it out because while we each upgrade our character sheets, because I have a diplomacy stat, and that's an advantage to actually doing it live.
A lot of you have that advantage too, by the way. First of all, let's see if your characters from the other campaign have their +1 armor, because if they do, then I don't need to do anything. If they don't, then I will give them that upgrade for free, because with what happened at the end of the Artist of the Lost Generation, they would have earned it, but it looks like most of you haven't.
Reeve,
so...
I think, is carrying enough gold that he could have easily afforded it.
Oh, yeah. Plus,
because
you did a lot of dirty work, too. Because,
he, unlike most of my characters, doesn't have to pay for all of the spellcasting stuff. So all that he had to buy was equipment. And he kept on giving out free potions, so I didn't have to buy those either. So he probably has an influx of money.
So, that being said, your characters from the other campaign can still, help get your other characters upgrades, since you're all working on this together. So, yeah,
How much does the rune cost?
It's 160 gold points.
Okay.
This good, Nat? Put it in the chat. The half plate plus question.
So, what's the name of the shop for rune crafting that I could go to for this?
So let's go to my favorite map of this campaign, so we get all the shops on a list.
Would you like to go to this innuendo name or that innuendo?
On top of the Black Hammer, which is the smithy, for non-magical items but scrolls, there's Gentleman's Scrolls. For magical items, there is... It's not on here, but you have the Oni's gift shop, which that guy is basically the equivalent of someone who went on their adventure, retired, and is selling all the crap they got on their adventure to basically make pocket change. The Kusanagi Trade Union, if you're looking for something a bit rare and are willing to put up a bit more on a finder's fee for it. And you also have the local smith that has been proven to do things even further outside of what the regular smith can do on campus, which is Willard Bronze Braids. The only problem is he can apply the upgrade for you, but he'd need you to get the runestone. So if you want to go to Willard, you could easily get him to apply the rune for free if you have it, and the rune is slightly less expensive if it's not already on an armor, so...
Okay.
I'm going to start squaring things up because it's kind of difficult to see these texts. Give me a second. Let me see if I can change the color of the squares too.
I still can't get over the name of one of the buildings on the Magambia called Predator Manor.
Is that legit its name, or did you make that up?
No, that is legit its name. You can see it clearly, which mine doesn't often do.
With these names, what's it called?
Also, the next thing I'd like to ask is, we have some affinity missions we can do after the upgrades. We have Rayloff Erickson, who's one of Matt's apprentices at this school, has something that he'd like to ask you for help with. You haven't quite talked to him. You don't know what it is yet. Then there's Ignacy has a job for you. He wants someone as a wingman. There will be a fight in that, but it's not too big of one. You have, I believe there's still the Eternal Forge, so that one is a bit of a longer one, but it's mostly just boss fight, so it should be relatively doable. Might take like 1.5 sessions instead of 1, but we'll see where that goes. And then you have Chizire's Party, which is actually, upon further reflection, could be the longest one. So it really depends upon your rolls for Chizire's Party on how quick it goes.
What are you guys thinking? Want to go to the Matt Prentice, you said?
Matt's apprentice, Rayloth Erickson. But before, that's food for you guys to think of while we upgrade. So where are we going for the armor runes, guys?
Where are we going?
Yeah, because like there's a couple ways. You can go to a smith that sells them. You can go to a magic shop that has them. Then go to your local smith who does things at a bit of a discount. You can then go to You can also get other items, like you could buy scrolls if you need them, or magic items if you need them, but I need to add the Oni's gift shop onto the map so you guys know where it is.
I mean, with my squares, where did you put the odious gift shop?
It's by the Town Guard Barracks.
Barracks, that's going down. There it is.
So, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Let's not. I'll let you choose.
The more time consuming, and by more time consuming, I just mean like in game time, would be to go get the items separately, but the cheaper would be to go the more time consuming in game time route. So that's generally the trade off.
We do have a good amount of money for a good amount of our characters, especially from the Motherfire campaign,
Yeah.
artist campaign. So, in case you guys want to do that, it seems reasonable to just do the quicker one.
All right.
Trade union. Okay.
Okay. So the Black Hammer is owned, operated, and worked in by another one of Haberum's parents. So I don't think you guys have met him yet, so I don't know if you guys have realized you have a discount there too. It's not quite as much, but it's still worth the time. Let me pull up the sheet if you guys want to do something ridiculous like steal from the guy, which I hope you don't. I have.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
I don't think he's an appropriate level for you to be messing around with yet, as part of why I say it.
Don't messing us with a good time. Threatening us, sorry. You're gonna have a bad time.
So,
I want to go over to the Kusanagi Trade Union, actually. I'm looking for something specific at level 5.
Okay, you can do that. What are you looking for?
I want a new half plate with the runes attached to it, made out of sister stone, which is a rare material. So I would have to go to the Kusanagi Trade Union if I wanted to buy it.
It's been a while since I've looked at sister stone. Can you give me a quick reminder of the main benefit to it again?
Sure. Its main benefit is that it has particular effectiveness versus undead. So what it does, in addition to the base effects of the armor, 1 second. Let me paste the 1 sec.
I can look it up too. So, let's see.
I'm copying it now, and I'm going to put it in chat.
Sounds good. Is Sister Stone one of those things where it benefits you to also have allies who wear it or use it?
As a reaction, whenever I deal damage to an undead, it activates it and puts a barrier between me and any ally wearing it.
Okay. So, any of
I'm back.
those,
I
anyone
got called
else?
to figure out food. My bad.
So if anyone
else?
else were to buy this for their armor, it would help us in the battles versus undead that we keep having for some reason.
I mean, there is a very good reason for that. It's just not popped up yet.
Yes, and I figured that this
Alright.
would be a worthwhile
What all are
investment.
we
It
doing
is
now?
kind of expensive.
Yes.
How much is it?
So, depending upon the weight of your armor, it's at least 154 gold points. Or gold pennies.
Yes,
or
half plate
gold
weighs
pieces.
significantly more, which is my armor type. And then I have to pay for the rune. So whenever it's my turn, I will help deal with that.
You know, Balthazar, that would be a good thing for you to have. You might have to...
Yes.
Alright, sure.
Get it, Balthazar, McBalthazar.
I have to do the math on how much a breastplate weighs and compare that. So it's 2 bulk. So it'd be... let me pull up a calculator. And of course, Lewis, you as Zeros, not necessarily this version of Zeros, but as the other form of Zeros, do have a name in the Kusanagi Trade Union due to your mercantile ways in your other body. So,
I was one hell of a crafter as a rogue.
Yeah, so depending upon how you want to go about this, I will tell you the DC to make it a bit cheaper.
Ooh.
So you tell me what you want to say, and I'll tell you what
I
you need to
walk
roll.
up and approach the Kusanagi Trade Union's, what's the name for that outpost?
No.
Oh, it's just like a union building, so like union reps.
I walk up and
nurses.
approach the union reps building.
Okay.
I go ahead.
I should mention the last time you were here, there was not a very good attendant, but there is a different attendant. So you do have someone who isn't going to be mad for you talking. So
you're talking about the time it was automated. Please put this in the left hand.
Yes. If you came to bribe an official, please put your money in the left hand.
We don't talk about that time.
You're fine, Silver.
So I go ahead and approach the union rep and say, "Hey there, I'm a reflection of Zeros Majir, the crafter who had prior business with your union. Maybe you've heard of me."
Yes, I have heard that name. You are within the union's hall of, I'd like to say Hall of Fame, but it's more of just a Hall of Excellence. There's a very slight difference.
Well, as you know, I have a habit of crafting things that are hard to come across myself, or my other self does at least. Personally, as I am right now, I'm not that much of a crafter. But I also have a penchant for acquiring things that are harder to find, and you all are one of my main suppliers of those, historically at least.
Okay, I'm listening. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a set of Sisterstone half-plate as well as armor for my companion here, Balthazar. I am willing to pay for my armor a reasonable sum. I know that I don't want to stretch my favor with you too far, but I am willing to pay essentially what it's worth to you, given my standing and definitely taking into account the rarity of it. I know this stuff is quite hard to come by around here. It's not local at all. But I'm certain that you may have a proper set of low-grade Sisterstone available for me and my companion here.
It's funny you mention that, because Sisterstone is not too common in the Mwangi expense. However, in Next and the Mana Waste and Geb is where the majority of Sisterstone lays, funnily enough. And with some recent trade deals we've had with Next, we do have the ability to get an expedited shipment here for both the breastplate he seems to be wearing and what you're wearing. And with what you've done for us in the past, it's, you've done quite a bit, so you've earned some credit, and you aren't trying to flex that credit you've earned, so even more props. But what I mainly want to ask is, do you want the raw material and go to a crafter yourself, or would you like us to do an expedited order to get it shipped here as what you're looking for?
I would like the completed product if possible with a +1 rune attached. I know that the stuff is rare, but I'm not gonna flex my influence with you. I'll actually pay market price for it if that works for you.
That does. Consider, yes, the express fee, as you and I both know, is more of a way to express how we need to get some payment to make it quick, not necessarily that we
Oh
need the
yes,
money to
yes.
get it printed,
Yes,
So,
I am taking that into account as well, and that is an additional fee that I am willing to pay.
oh, no, no, no. The express fee for our Hall of Excellence members is something we waive if asked. So that one is just because usually when a Hall of Excellence member asks you for armor or weapons, they have a good reason for it.
Ah.
So if you're offering to pay fair price, given your status and the fact that you're asking for a bit of a bulk order, this express fee isn't too much to ask for. We would need 4 to 5 hours, and I would like payment in advance because, while you have never had sticky fingers with us in the past, nor anyone we know of, your other self is a rogue, and we unfortunately have a little bit of a problem in upper management with rogues, and
Trust me, I
yeah.
completely understand, and I am willing to pay up front. By the way, I'm also looking for a weapon made out of this material, if you can assist with that.
What kind
I
of
would
weapon
like
are you looking
a
for?
trident with the returning +1 and striking rune on it, and I will again pay market price for it.
Yeah, that should be fine. Does your friend here need any weapon? Or do they want a weapon upgraded to Sister Stone? Anything like that?
I am
Hey.
not certain of their budget, but if they may speak for themselves, by all means.
What?
You're in there with Yuki. You're at the Kusanagi Trade Union. Balthazar. Come
Hey
on, man.
there, Balthazar.
What?
Hey, just calling to your attention. Your order's up. Please politely tell the union rep here what armor and weapon you are after.
The thing!
It's in the chat. It's in the
Just
chat.
show them what you currently have, Balthazar. I'm sure they can get you hooked up.
Oh, I would like Sister Stone armor, open parentheses, low grade, close parentheses.
You have to forgive my friend here. He's fine. I can vouch for him. He's a little off at times, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, he just seems a little sheltered, but aside from that, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
And
trust me when I say that he's not to blame for that. It is
I'll take your
absolutely
word
not his
for
fault.
it. So for what he's looking for, if you wanted to get a +1 rune on it, it'd be 328. However, since you vouch for him, I'm willing to hear him haggle down the price for a bit. So it won't affect your standing with us, but we like to see what new acquaintances of our excellent union members can do when it comes to haggling when they come in for
Fair
the
enough.
first time.
Before you do that, though, can you let me know the total, and I'll place it right here on the counter for you as we sign this up. For my order.
For your
My
order,
trident and my half plate, yes.
half plate is half plate is. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm looking up. Half plate is 3 bulk. So with the +1 rune of 160, plus the precious material of the Sister Stone low grade, that would be 140
plus 42.
42. And another 140 for the precious material. Do you want a separate trident, or are we replacing your current trident with
Replacing my current one is fine.
Okie dokie, so no worry about the cost for the weapon, and your trident's a bulk, right? That's... I just need to know because with it's just an extra 14, so 482 or 496 for what you're currently looking for. Depending upon
Yeah.
if your trident is a bulk or a light bulk.
It is a full bulk. I go ahead and drop 500 gold on the counter and say, here you go.
Wonderful. So let's see you haggle, friend. What's your name, good sir?
My name is Balthazar.
Family name?
Balthazar.
Wait, Vic Balthazar?
Yes.
Okay, why are you asking for upgraded weapons and armor?
So I don't die.
He has a bad habit of that, you see.
Ah, I see.
He doesn't die.
You're saying if I don't provide you with this, you have an increased risk of death?
And if I do die anyway, you can just take it off. It's free money.
He laughs awkwardly. Roll me an intimidation.
That was really an intimidation, but
Uh-oh.
okay.
Oh, no. It's not your... It's not really you that's intimidating you. It's the family name. Noted, good sir. Noted. Yeah, so for your order of Sister Stone, did you want a Sister Stone weapon as well?
I look at Zeros.
It's well together. We've fought a lot of undead recently, you know? And they've been quite lethal, if you recall.
Is that a yes?
Ah, yes, that is a yes.
Okay, then I'll back to the Kushno guy. Yes.
So, all of that combined would typically net you, and I'm looking at the precious material weapons version for Sister Stone. To get the correct
Sigil what?
Sister Stone. It's basically anti-undead weapons, but you need a party member to work with you on it. It's really good. It's just really good if your party members have it. So, usually that costs you $391. Do you have a student ID on you? Are you a student at all?
He's padding his pockets.
You do have a student ID on you. You are a student.
Ah, here it is, and he reaches into his ear. Here
That's... we do have a student discount. Do you happen to have any could you consider this weapon and armor a tax write-off?
Oh no! Yeah.
Wonderful. There's another discount for that.
Tax write-off. Tax man.
And finally, there is the wonderful discount that we offer your extended family.
Okay.
And for that brings your total down to 253 gold, 9 silver, and 4 copper.
Oh god, that's not. Can you round it?
253?
Sure.
Yes, please tell your mother we are still very much valuing her assistance and helping to keep our strikes going if ever needs occur.
Okay, I mean, she's more into the strike breaking these days, but I'll be sure to tell her.
Oh, well, that's because we're not striking anywhere at the moment. She knows which strikes to break.
263. Why is this working?
So the Roll20's been really weird today. That is going to be an issue because I've had to refresh my page today to get characters to drop.
Not that.
Damn.
Like, the calculator on my computer is doing the opposite of what I want to do.
Oh. So now and again, it'll take some time to get here. So if you have items to trade in, which you both seem to do, you hold on to those until we can get your replacements here on time.
Understood.
Yes. Oh, and Zeros, a word for a second?
Sure thing. I go ahead and walk with them.
So, this is something I'd like you to keep a little hush-hush if you can, but yeah, his mother helps us make sure scabs don't get away with scabbing, if you feel me.
I feel you.
So, generally speaking, if you can avoid him dying, please do. We can negotiate further discounts for it in the future.
Well, avoiding him dying is exactly why I brought him with me. He has a habit of taking a lot of aggression from enemies, particularly when we're fighting undead. It seems like he's almost paid for them. That's why I made sure that he came with me for this.
Yes, that is very good. And more importantly, I know you're a little bit on... Your deity tells you to stay on the straight and narrow, at least don't get caught going off the straight and narrow, so depending upon what he asks you for favors with, know that there may be a little bit of a chance to find yourself in a bad situation for your anathema with it, depending upon what family members are involved.
I keep a reverent distance most of the time, but from his personal matters at least, we collaborate on various things for the Ice Peace Project, but that's about as close as we get.
I figured I'd just give you the warning. You're a
Associate
good
of me in
customer.
that regard, though. But I
Yeah.
will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yes. And again, don't tell anyone else, especially not him, and we'll be good.
Tell anyone what? Wink.
My man. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you going to the Black Hammer, which would be, who's going to the Black Hammer? What characters are needing a weapon or armor upgrade?
Do either Tao or Roku, can they upgrade like their weapon or anything? Like
I don't know about your weapon. I don't know if it has an additional rune on it already, but we can. If you want to take both of them there, we can. So, everyone, this is Beto Thoja, the father of Habram. And your go-to blacksmith in the Magambia. Well, by the way, another thing I should mention, him and his mother are both affiliates of the Kusanagi Trade Union. They're just more direct pathways through it. So, if you need something quickly from the Kusanagi Trade Union, go there. If you need something that can take some time, it's cheaper through them. So, but yes, so as you walk in, he's like, it's good to see you all. You've been helping my boy, right? Well, I've got wares and I've got smithing that I can do for you. Tell me how I can help. Sass? Will?
Oh, is he
Silver?
at this? Okay.
Yeah. He was asking
thinking.
your characters.
Let me see real quick on my Heroku. Go ahead, Phil.
Chardy's
I'm
playing
gonna-
patty cake.
What about Adonis? Didn't he need a weapon upgrade?
No, he doesn't really need a. Yeah, he does.
Ah, my
Okay,
morning star came with the rune. Okay, gotcha. Never mind, my bad. Sorry, but let me see my other stuff too. Morning star, good. Gauntlet. Can his gauntlet be added to rune upon this? Matt.
Yeah, you can add a rune on the gauntlet. What kind of... Well, first of all, the gauntlet... Press the gauntlet on your weapon, on your strike side of it.
One moment. Alright, the macro is this.
So it's +1 striking, that much. So, yeah, what kind of rune are you looking for? So he's like, gauntlet, huh? What kind of rune are you looking to put on one of these?
I figured that my morning star is already pretty useful at a +1 striking. I would ask for recommendations what I can do to supplement that in a different way for my
you say
gauntlet.
+1 striking. What kind of rune on top of that's on your morning star?
This one is a wounding. Here we go.
I see. So you're looking for one that you can use for the quicker pacification instead of quicker maiming, then. Well, boy, do I potentially have some items for you.
Ooh.
So, how do you feel about striking fear into your enemies?
I don't feel very good about it. I know an associate of mine, he's speaking about Tal, who's very much into it, but that's... why?
So, are you saying that you prefer to, you prefer a more merciful approach?
I prefer a more strength-based approach. He goes and offers an arm wrestle. on the
my
magical
God.
table that was been provided to him.
Give me a second.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Matt.
No,
If you don't have a macro.
No, I have a macro for it.
Oh, okay, neat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll
Sound
take
like
you
fun.
on. You know, there's a pretty good way of learning how good someone is with their fist by doing a quick little arm wrestle.
Ah, shit.
Oh, no.
Well, here we go.
So
Hey, it's actually pretty good. Yeah,
does-
okay, that's a really high roll.
Your hand hits the table, and you notice that, yeah, even if he threw you hard enough into it, your hand would probably break before the table would.
Yeah.
So what kind of
Very
foes
strong,
are you
man,
facing?
very strong,
You seem to have
Mr.
a
Smith.
good understanding of how to use a gauntlet. What kind of foes you facing?
Well, typically, we faced what's the name? Baz. Can you repeat that name of what we faced recently, Matt?
Oh, the Barbazoo?
Barbazoo. We faced some Barbazoos as we were helping create a spell.
Anything else you used to facing undead, or... There are a few things we could do, but I just want to see what might be the best fit.
We've been facing a good amount of undead too. We faced those golems back in when we used that fire. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, Matt. Give me a sec. Off. I'm guessing undead would be the best for this campaign, right, Matt? There
are a couple of ways. Do you face ethereal enemies? Better question. Do you have a way of taking care of the ethereal?
You're right. I do have a good list of spells, but it wouldn't hurt to have something to help back them.
Well, the benefit to having a ghost touch rune on your gauntlets is you can grapple ghost.
That sounds great. Hiroku is like, haha! He's putting his fist in his hand each consecutive. They're like, ah!
So, considering you have the gauntlets and the other runes applied, I have a ghost touch rune. it'll be the standard 75 to upgrade it, and if you want, there's a tip jar for you to put any additional little thank you in for the Ghost Touch rune. But I can get that started for you whenever you want me to get started for it. And of course, once the line dies down a bit.
How big is your line? How big is the queue?
Well, you seem to have brought some friends with you, so unless they're all
Oh, my
here to
bad.
twiddle their fingers.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll put it in. I'll give you this. Let me put this. Let me deduct my 75 gold. I'll put it in 75 gold. And
Oh, you're a friend of
yeah,
Adonis,
I would like
huh?
to add a ghost. Sorry?
You're a friend of Adonis, huh?
Yeah.
He keeps breaking my windows every time he comes into my shop.
My apologies for him.
Don't apologize. It's actually
Adonis
rather
must
interesting.
make a dramatic entrance.
To be fair, Adonis, I just
Adonis is
wish
here.
you'd
There's a
pay
window broken.
for my windows every once in a while. Because while I can make them myself, you know, it's time I could be spending on other things. Also, you did help me win a lawsuit against an unbreakable window selling company. Very much not unbreakable.
Throughout this entire
You're
time
getting in the way of my dramatic entrances.
Throughout this entire time, Shiroku is off to the side after he gave the 75 gold.
So,
and his
Adonis,
gauntlet,
you
he's off to the
motherfucker, how
side.
can I help you?
He's doing push-ups.
Well, I would like some runes for this interesting spear I picked up.
What spear did you pick up?
Well, I'm not sure what kind of spear it is, but it's a very funky-looking one, and I like how it handles.
Well, can you give me an idea of what the weapon I'm working with is here?
It is a branched elven spear.
He looks at you and asks, Adonis, where the fuck did you get this?
Well, there was a certain individual with pointy ears that was bothering me, and I lost a bet, and...
Adonis, please tell me you did not kill a man for this.
No, of course not. He lost a bet.
Oh, he lost a bet. I thought you said you lost a bet.
No.
Hey, Will, above board, you are going to pay for the spear, right? Because, like...
Of course, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with you getting in a bet, but, like, we'll say you lost some money in other bets that day.
Yeah, well, yeah, then that day, yes.
Okay, what kind of runes you looking for?
Well, the basic ones, of course, and let's see, as far as property runes go, I need to think about that one. I'm still trying to figure it out, because I'm looking at swashbuckler feats. Well, let's see.
You know Adonis's sheet is in here, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to make
I'm looking at future feats and potentially changing things up because there are changes made to feats. For example, like one of the feats that Adonis had is different now, and it's not on his. And one of the feats he had is not in the compendium anymore. For example,
you can keep an old feat. I don't have a problem with that.
I replaced it with the thing that intended to replace that feat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would have had time to replace feet, so yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Alright, so
100 for the +1 striking, of course.
Yeah. Let's see, runes. There we go, runes. Let's see. Weapon, property, runes. Let's see. So... Okay, pacifying, fearsome. Fearsome,
Hey, Will, what kind of swashbuckler is Adonis?
Braggart. That's why I'm saying fearsome is probably a good idea.
I would give you panache for getting a frightened on a crit.
I'm not saying.
Yeah. So yeah, fearsome it definitely is.
Yes. Okay.
Well, fearsome is more my Fearsome is more.
And I guess
Hal,
Adonis is also a braggart. Braggart is really good.
Gotcha. Okay.
Adonis is mostly a ranged swashbuckler, but he has a lot of.
Oh, neat. I didn't know there could be ranged swashbucklers.
Well, yeah, it requires a certain level 1 feat, which a lot of people don't want to pay the tax for.
Actually,
Gotcha.
so fun story and a side tangent, because we're gonna take a break here in a second, but from my time both GMing and playing in Society, back when I got my 4 glyphs, there was a guy I played with in one game where we killed we non-lethally took out everything but the last boss.
Cool.
And one of the people who helped us take things down non-lethally was a ranged swashbuckler who used a star knife and was a braggart. So this is why I like this build for Adonis, because braggart plus range is really good.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I think they've revamped a couple things. I think Battle Dancer with the Elven spear I just grabbed is probably bananas as well, by the way.
I don't...
Because you get 3-step actions.
So, Will, Battle Dancer is unplayable due to a typo. I'm kidding, of course, but in the actual book for Battle
they changed
Dancer,
it, I think.
Literally
no.
unplayable.
In the player core 2, they had a typo that made it literally unplayable.
Fuck.
So, any good-natured GM, which is most GMs in the Pathfinder sphere, fortunately, know they meant other than you, not other than. It's a very one-letter typo that makes it really improper. So, yeah, no, they got what they were doing.
But yeah, one of the feats I was interested by is the one that allows you to swap weapons during attacks.
Swap weapons during them. Okay.
Hey,
is that Battle Dancer?
Just to make sure I have the right idea, you are... Chinese is coming, right?
That is correct. And
around
approximately 7 minutes.
Okie dokie. So, Lewis, I'm gonna pause whenever your Chinese food gets here. We'll take a minute to all get food.
So they can continue with whatever they're doing to buy stuff. That's part of why I timed it like this and suggested that we roleplayed it.
Sounds good.
The other reason is that I wanted there to be an explanation for why I had rare items.
Sounds good.
Neat.
And I appreciate that. So I'll keep going. Let's see. So, I just realized Ringo. Does Ringo need any upgrades for any of his equipment, Keith?
I don't know.
I need to check the towel. Let me see.
What about Estriel? Estriel, do you need upgrades to your equipment?
That's something I was looking to possibly get an answer for, because I don't know. I'm not entirely sure from Marcel either, because I grabbed the sheet as well as it is.
You need +1 armor.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
Do any of these, would you see the ones I put in my pistol and my rapier? Do you think that any of that needs... He's more of the... For Tao, he's more of the... Well, Jiroku, it's like a pretty anathema to impose, like, bloodshed for any reason. Like, Tao's totally the
You mean fear
intimidation
for any
type.
reason.
Sorry? He's
you
the fear
mean
guy,
fear, yeah. So, you can get fearsome runes on both of those.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Fearsome runes. How does it cost? 75 each?
Fearsome is 160 apiece.
160 apiece, and this will be at the Black Hammer?
Yeah, so Benno looks at you, Tao, and says, I swear to God, if you break my windows too, I will... We'll see.
He only smiles.
I think dinner is here, so I'll be right back.
He doesn't give a... Tao only gives a non-verbal response. It's just a smile.
It looks like you have a +1 armor weapon rune. Oh wait, no, that's studded leather, not leather. So, so he's like, so what can I help you with, kid? You look like a swashbuckler. Are you a swashbuckler?
Yeah, like Adonis here, I'd like to augment my runes. Augment my weapons with runes, sorry. But I'm heading into a different direction than I'd like to. Particularly, he looks at Jiroku while he's doing his push-ups. Make up for my companion's inadequacies. I'd like to particularly put in and focus towards the fear of my enemies.
Ah, I see. So, not really a different direction, because he also asked for fearsome runes.
Oh, I thought that. Sorry, above table. I thought Jiroku asked for the Imperial.
No. He was saying Adonis. He's thinking Adonis.
Oh yeah. In that sense, okay, gotcha. All good.
So you're looking for fearsome runes. Your armor doesn't look like
and
it
another.
has been updated.
He wants 2 fearsome runes, by the way. Event. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh, Adonis or
Adonis?
I know talents. Yeah, both.
One
So
for
both he
later.
wants 2 apiece. I need to put it both on my rapier and dueling pistol. Okay.
You mean like he wants a fearsome and a? Well, I don't think fearsome and fearsome greater stack.
No, they don't. No, it's for both weapons.
He's putting on 2 different weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Yes.
Matt, let me know when you get a second because I need to gear up Reeve too.
Sounds good. I'll get back to Reeve in a second. I'm going to finish up with what I'm currently doing, and when you're done with
The
Chinese,
swashbuckler is asking for fear rate. Fear, yeah.
So, other than that, are you looking for an armor upgrade? It doesn't look like your armor is magical.
Let me look. Studded leather.
How?
Yep. Sounds like I do need. Can I hold up above board? Can cloak be of elven kind? Be
cloak is a magical item. It's not a armor.
Fair enough. Only the studded leather. Okay, let me see. Demon mask.
No. So he looks at you and says, "So there's a little bit of a legend about this guy that ran into myself. They call him." They call him the Whirlwind Axe, but apparently his whole shtick is he'll pop up behind you out of nowhere and scare you near to death sometimes. So if you want an archetype to send yourself down, I can give you a +1 armor potency rune, and think I have an invisibility rune for your armor as well.
+1. You said the invisibility. What was the one prior to that? +1 invisibility and
+1 and an invisibility rune. It'd give you lower level invisibility once per day.
Invisibility. Okay. Studded leather.
The problem with the invisibility is it's 500.
Ooh, that does deep into my pockets.
But you don't look like the kind of man who has the ability to cast invisibility without it, so...
I'm back for a little bit with my food before I go to run off take my allergy medicine. I'm back and ready to go!
Let's fucking go! Woohoo! Speaking back to our communication, you said that he... what's the blacksmith's name again, Nat?
His name is... Benno Foja. Benno, last name Foja, like his son. He's Habram's father.
I will be back to help I'm helping my mother with groceries.
Sounds good. We'll be here for you when you get back.
Yep.
I am here ready to respawn.
Are you ready to buy some stuff?
Well, first of all, we need to finish up your stuff.
Hey, wait, Tao. One thing.
Oh yeah.
The Elven Branching Spear, it's probably a weapon you might want to look into with your build.
Elven Branching Spear. Let me look it up on the Pathfinder thing. Elven Branching Spear.
It's like a rapier with reach, and it does more damage for some reason.
It's also two-handed, and I think he...
I got a pistol and a rapier.
He has dual parry.
Oh, wait, it's two-handed? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like to I haven't yet used the thing where I attack with my pistol and then swiped recently with a rapier, but I'll do that soon because I know I can do it. I can dual wield. Wait, unless I need a feet to do that. Fuck.
No, you don't need a feat to dual wield. This system's
I was like,
pretty
oh
dual
shit.
wield friendly.
Okay. But yeah,
So
I'm gonna let me wrap mine up.
Oh, so it doesn't benefit from dual parry. Well,
not unless it gets a parry feature added to it, which is a possibility. You just have to do some of the Eternal Forge missions.
Is that can I do that soon or later?
If you upgrade it once, he can add a parry action to it. So if that's the next one you guys want to go on, that's a possibility.
Yes, I definitely want to do that for at least just Adonis' spear.
No,
he looks at
Go
ahead. As as Tao is contemplating whether or not to spend the hefty 500, for the invisibility rune. He looks at his dude down, still doing push-ups. He's still very loud. He's still the same. And he's like, yeah, this guy is gonna be an annoyance. I'm gonna buy it. He's gonna buy the 500 +1 invisibility on my. You said it was gonna be for the studded armor.
Yeah, +1 invisibility, studded leather.
Studded leather. Okay, what else? I haven't adjusted the micros for any of my prior stuff, so let me +1 with +1 stuff. I need to adjust it. Okay, I'll buy it.
Wonderful.
That's a happy thing. That's half my gold.
By the way, if you ever run into the Whirlwind Axe, I'd love to get an autograph and, maybe hear a story or two from him. He seems like the kind of guy you'd want to have a beer or two with.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
Roll me a D20 flat check, a DC 15 flat check.
Flat check. Nope, unsuccessful.
Yeah, yep. By the way, any of you who are in the shop can roll that same flat check.
Would like to try.
Which?
It's me. It's Adonis.
D20 is what we're looking
it's
at.
Jiroku. Can I try with Jiroku? I don't. He's still doing push-ups. Never mind.
Jiroku, it would be a DC 10, and he probably could have heard the stuff about the Whirlwind Axe.
He's doing. Let me.
Or wait.
I do DC 100. DC 20. There it is. Well, he failed.
Actually, with that, since you got close enough to it, roll me a society check.
Who?
Ziroku, if he has society, which he should.
I do have society. I'm trained, at the least. He's a translator.
Also, I saw Eyes of a Demon Mask. I saw that in chat. I saw that.
Ziroku, he's talking about Graves. That's his nickname, the Whirlwind Axe.
I figured that was one of the people we know. I was like, this sounds so familiar. I think it's from the Ice Project.
One of the antics Graves got up to while he and Matt were off hunting Lenorms is he got into a drunken sleep after raiding a bandit camp for their beer. The bandits were like, I'm fucking with that guy. And a cockatrice comes, kills a couple of the bandits, and is like, I ain't fucking with that guy.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. The feat that got replaced with a superior version is dueling parry. It has it's called extravagant parry now, which
is that in the new version?
Yeah, you gain panache if somebody like critically fails hitting you, I think.
If somebody critically fails hitting me,
no, they just if they miss you. If they just miss, you get panache.
Oh, let me put that in.
It's bananas.
I'm gonna put what's it called again? It's
extravagant parry. It's literally just dueling parry, but you get panache if somebody misses.
As far as Estriel is concerned, upgrade-wise, first of all, I just realized your weapons are wrong. That fixes that.
Oh, damn.
I just realized I could just use a buckler instead.
So
I might have to change my feats out, though.
I like to imagine all this conversation. Estriel's just standing there listening.
So, Estriel, what kind of things do you want to do with your melee and ranged attacks? You only get a whole fucking lot of them.
That's a damn good question.
Well, first of all, you need +1 armor, so we are going to do that. That is just a go-to. Next up, it really is just property runes for your weapons. Your Star Knife has returning, so I should probably add that.
Alright.
Adding extravagant parry, removing dueling parry, because it's basically the same thing. Okay.
But the longbow and kukri don't have anything. Will, do you have any recommendations for a kukri, like a rune for a kukri?
It really just depends on what you're doing.
Flurry Ranger.
Anything that adds more damage.
What about a wounding rune?
I forget what wounding does.
Persistent bleed.
No, you don't want to do wounding.
I asked
That's
because
what Jiroku does.
I asked because
you're better off with flat damage.
So, do you... Will, I'm asking you this, because I know the answer. Do you feel it would be better to have something where it costs a bit more, and it does damage to everything, or something where it costs a bit less, and it does damage to, like, undead, for instance?
Well, if you want to know my 2 cents, if it were, is there something that'll increase its crit? It is a kukri, after all. It already has good crits, so if there's a rune that'll increase its crit potency at all, or its chance to crit, or give it anything on a critical, that's what you want.
In Path 2, kukris do not have deadly.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I'm going to buy a buckler instead. Well, buckler as well then.
Hey, Will.
Yeah?
I'm going to say this because I trust you not to abuse it.
Yeah.
I will let you use your buckler as a parry with that spear.
Yeah. Well, no, there's like an equivalent thing with yeah, no. All right. That is exactly what I'm going to do.
Right, because
because they have a buckler equivalent feat for it as well.
So really, let's see. Probably what I'd go with for your kukri is one of the elemental runes. You have access to those at this point, but they're a bit expensive. That's the trade-off. And for your longbow, honestly, since you're sort of wanting crits on that anyways, you could go... You don't have the money to upgrade that with a elemental rune, but like a fearsome rune, like spreading fear from your longbow and extra precise shots might be a good idea.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay. So, let me... So, Estriel, you are at the blacksmith shop. Why don't you tell him what you're looking for?
The blacksmith!
The blacksmith.
Well, actually, considering you said that, I guess I don't have to retrain a feat, so honestly, alright.
Yeah, well, here's my reasoning behind it, Will. A buckler, I'm fine with you using an action to treat your spear as if it has parry, as long as you have the buckler equipped. Which normally you'd have to use a hand for it, but I'm gonna say it's not a shield, right? If you get shield block, you can't block with it. but you can get the benefit of
that's
parry.
different then.
You can get the benefit of parry with it without needing to wield it in your hand.
Parry.
All right.
Because parry is more worth it for you, is what I'm gathering. But also, if you need to, Will, you can always swap to something else for a second if you need the shield block. So it's not a bad idea.
Well, yeah, fair. Yeah, because I could always use my other weapon and use the buckler
more as a shield. Yeah, see?
More as a shield,
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. I like it.
Okay.
Yes. And then...
And you said fearsome rune, right?
Fearsome and an elemental rune of some sort, like, for
that
your
is
kukri.
Actually very fair.
Yes, it is very fair. I was hoping you'd say that. Flaming Frost Shock, honestly, given Estriel's propensity not to kill things, I don't think flaming would be the best thing with her character, because, like, that sets things on fire, and Estriel's a little squeamish about killing things. But yes, Estriel, Benno looks at you and is like, an elf. What's your name, elf?
Elf. Elf.
She kind of just looks at him and then looks between the party members and back to it's like, name is Estriel. I'm looking to see if I could get a rune on my bow.
Rune on your bow? Anything else? I should mention, when I point out that you're an elf, it's because not pointing it out would be a shame to my dwarven ancestry. I hold no bias.
Be very racist.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to pike the price on you. I'm not going to give you a bad weapon. Doing either of those things would be a dishonor to myself as a dwarf and a craftsman. So, you will get no unfair deals from me. But I have to point out that I'm doing business with an elf, or my ancestors will look poorly upon me.
Okay. Also possibly looking to get an elemental rune of some kind on my kukri, too.
Ooh, yes. Those are very popular, so I'll always keep them in shock. Are you looking for something corrosive, something flaming, something to chill, or something to electrocute?
Gotta think about this here.
Well, Estriel, what do you do? What's your passion in life?
Oh God.
Passion.
God, and is this more so going towards like roughly what she does in general, backstory wise?
How would you It's sort of like how the rune helps to define the character.
Well, no, what he's asking is what is your class? What is your shtick? Because, with Tao, he can tell he's a swashbuckler because he deals with a lot of swashbucklers in this part of the world. But he doesn't want to assume that you, as an elf, are a tree-hugging hippie, which you are, a tree-hugging hippie.
You are! Listen, you are, but he doesn't want to assume that. He promised
not to be racist, so you have to tell him.
Very explicit.
God. In other words, give him permission to be. I'm kidding.
Well, no.
You're giving him permission to be racist?
Suspicions.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Estriel gives permission to Ephraim's dad to be racist.
Oh no,
my God.
He doesn't. He just has to point out she's an elf. He tries not to be his father when it comes to the elves, because the elves are paying customers and they pay well.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
God.
That makes sense. Go ahead.
But as she's pretty much just grabbing her weapons to kind of place them out before him beforehand, she's just like, well, I mean, I'm a ranger. I usually tend to try and at least defend, at least more so of what land I can keep safe anyway.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I know it's not. Because I know it's not entirely a guaranteed thing. There's not a whole lot I could do on that front, but
You don't
still at
sound
least
very
doing what I can.
confident.
I've had a hard time around here. Long story.
Are you the woodwalker?
She just like stares in like complete silence for a second. Is that what people are saying?
The woodwalker is a ranger who's been going about the forest and taking out poachers. So, is that you?
Oh, that kind of guy.
Oh.
They know.
She
They
kind of
know.
like takes
It's
a breath.
a different elf.
I thought you were referring to something different.
There's an elven ranger in the area taking out poachers. It's been in the news. They call the person the woodwalker. Apparently they did not like the name that this person gave the only person who saw them. But so they they call them the woodwalker. I've heard stories about this person being a man. I've also heard the majority of them framing them as a woman, a rather skinny one too. So I figured I might as well ask. So, do you care about nature? Do you want to kill it? Do you want to try and preserve it where you can?
I mean, I more so try to like preserve it as much as possible. I know there's no guarantee of keeping a lot of it alive. It's just gonna happen, but
so a frost rune is a little easier to steer towards non-lethal than the other elemental runes.
Okay.
And what kind of rune are you looking for on your bow?
Fearsome if possible.
Fearsome isn't super. Fearsome isn't the best for you.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the money to afford 2 elemental runes.
Oh. That's fair.
Plus, Fearsome isn't... Will, considering how many shots she gets at a good clip, and how many shots she has, applying Frightened 1 to a multitude of opponents, not the worst thing she could do.
Yeah. I'm not saying Fearsome's bad.
It's just what she can afford at the moment. That's why I recommended it.
What would be the best for her? Theoretically.
Runes.
Probably just more damage.
Yeah.
More damage.
There might be a couple things that might be really good on crits that are like other status effects that other people aren't packing.
Yeah, but those are at a little bit of a later level.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
She wants a speed rune, definitely, at some point.
Right. So, Beto looks at you again, Estriel, is like, what about your armor? Once again, it doesn't look like many of you are packing magical armor.
She like looks at her armor, it's like, yeah, probably need to work on that too.
I just noticed that both Tao and Jiroku have cloaks of elven kind. Wow.
It's a good item.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Doesn't Alvura have that?
Yes, it's a good item.
It's a good item.
So, like, literally, there are items I stack on different kinds of characters.
Goddamn.
Okay, Estriel, how much gold do you have?
That is a damn good question. Let me see.
1349. Okay. So technically, you have either the gold to put something like invisibility on your armor, which might be good considering you're good at tracking and stealth, so that's not a horrible thing for you to be invested in, so you can snoop. But you can also get another elemental rune on your bow, so do you want to have more utility at this point, or do you want more damage, because you can't have both?
Do you want a level 1 invisibility, or lesser invisibility, or do you want more damage?
Because, like, I am factoring in your Fearsome rune to my current calculations, so it's one of those things where the only other thing, and I have to see how much a Staunching rune cost, because Staunching is another one I might recommend for you guys. Armor-wise. Hey, Will, legitimate question. What are your thoughts on things like staunching runes when you guys have dealt with a lot of, persistent
Yeah, staunching
bleed?
runes aren't bad if you don't have any other ideas on what you put on there.
So
the other option is like shadowed, though. That's very common for a lot of people. Is shadowed.
Yeah, so you can go with staunching instead of invisibility and get another.
I remember there's a bunch of Let's see.
I'd probably go with flaming on your bow.
Ooh, flaming bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like fire?
So, but you can go staunching because you guys tend to deal with a lot of bleed, is what I've been noticing.
I like to make people bleed. Very ominous.
To make people bleed because the chances of a boss one-shotting you I've lowered, but in return they are going to have more abilities to deal persistent. Trade-off. Like, bosses are not going to one-shot you, but they will be annoying throughout the fight if you don't have precautions. So,
makes sense.
Either way you want to go about it, it's good, but do you want to have the invisibility, or do you want to have more damage?
Your choice.
I mean,
the cheaper option is actually more damage, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I'm too worried about, like, visibility-wise with stuff, so probably just more damage.
Okie dokie.
For the time being.
Okay, so Estriel, it's 1,300 gold. Okay, but I think we've reached the end of this particular group shopping. So let's have you all roll some checks to see how low we can get it. Also, he is part of the all of you for all of you who have bought stuff from him, if you are a student at the academy, you get a 10% discount. That is a rule for the shops around the Magambia.
9 plus 50 for you, so that's at 50 because I bought something at 500. Okay.
Hey, wait. How is Shield? Was it Buckler Dance going to work with this, Matt? Is my question.
How would it typically work?
Well, Buckler Dance, you literally just spend one action, and you're basically always have the buckler technically raised. So I guess how it would work is like
it'd be the
at
same,
least when I have the
it would
spear,
give you parry.
Yeah, give you parry if it spears out. Yeah.
So when I added invisibility to my armor, do I add any to the flavor, or is it just like
you added an invisibility rune to your character sheet?
Visibility rune.
Also, I need to go take my allergy medicine. I'll do whatever I need to once I come back. It'll be just a quick.
So, who wants to roll the diplomacy check to haggle? One of you can roll it.
Let's see. What are we rolling for? What skill?
Diplomacy.
Diplo. Let's see. I have a 13. I'm expert. If anyone's better than the 13 modifier, I'll let them go. I think someone has a 14 because they have.
Oh, by the way, Will, they changed how swashbucklers gain skills. You did realize that, right?
No.
So, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, right, yeah, no, I did realize that. I just forgot to apply it.
Yeah, because you get a free skill boost in either acrobatics or the other skill you're trained in as a swashbuckler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is really fun because well, here's the thing, Sass. If you pick up acrobat dedication, then you get free legendary in acrobatics and the skill you're trained in. So you get free acrobatics and legendary in acrobatics and intimidation.
Is that a class feat?
Acrobat dedication is a dedication feat.
Oh, right.
And it gives you another thing acrobat dedication does is it allows you to jump with acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. It allows you to what?
Yeah, it's a master.
It allows you to do jump actions, which normally be an athletics thing.
Yeah.
Okay, jump with acrobatics.
It doesn't give you like the ability to take athletics feats with it though, so you can't get Cloud Jump without getting Legendary in Athletics. But again, regardless about that, so Will, does Adonis have a higher than a 13 in diplomacy?
In
Have a higher than a
diplomacy,
13
no.
diplomacy?
What about
okay,
Tardy? Does Tardy have a higher than 13?
Give me a moment. I forget. Didn't even have Tardy sheet up.
Both Jiroku and Tal have 13, so it could be like they're both getting like but Jiroku's good cop and Tal is bad cop.
Tardy has an 11.
Okay, so right. Tal, you want to roll it for us?
Yeah, Jiroku's still doing the push-ups, but Tal has an equal diplomacy in that, so.
So with that, you'd get another 10%. So Silver Estriels goes down to 999 gold and 2 silver.
I'm going to add another 50 to my stuff. Alright, 738 instead. Let me see. I need to add up for Jiroku. So 160 for both the runes. I have yet to put that 220, and since it's 20%, that's plus 64. Okay, 320 for the first, and then plus 4.
And Lewis, while I'm updating some macros, if you want to go with Reeve, I'm ready for you.
Plus 64. Plus 65. 15. Okay. Is it alright if you unless you're there, Mr. Luki? Yuki? Okay. I was asking.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So, if you recall, Reeves' position in the Megambia was that he was tricked by Zeros into thinking that it was a bard college. And a bard college, it is not. And
it is not bard
college. Reeves is kind of a melee tank. He's a champion. His capacity for magic is very limited. So he's basically just working security detail and has a free place in the dorms.
Yep.
Or rather, if they have a guard barracks, he'd be living there. But he's not happy with this current situation, but he's making the best of it. So
to be fair,
walk back over to the Kusanagi Trade Union post.
So, Lewis, there is actually, it's not a bard college per se, but there are schools at the Megambia, like classes completely dedicated to the arts of storytelling and music. So it's not all bad.
Yes, but there's only enough of them, and the availability is limited enough that he has to take them part-time.
Yes, the classic college grift of, we have that department. Barely.
And it barely exists.
Enrolled in our school for that.
So, Reeve walks with Zeros over to the Kusanagi Trade Union. And, Zeros opens up the conversation. Hi there, I have another, much closer friend of mine here who would, like a similar set of upgrades to his equipment. Hello, my name is Reeve.
Reeve, the hero of the Lamasara incident a while back.
Yes, I am one hell of a tank, I suppose.
Hey, Lewis, do me a small favor. Add sentences with I suppose in the future, and I will be more likely to give you better discounts.
I suppose.
If you get the reference, I will guarantee you a 10% discount on this transaction.
Shit.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
It's something that me and Will really like, but can be controversial in the circle it's from. Not because it should be. It's really good. You will yourself agree to that fact. It's just that people are very polarized by a certain thing that happened in a certain season.
Of what?
Well, I suppose.
I suppose.
Oh.
I don't remember.
The thing I've been recently hung on to.
If anybody else knows what I'm talking about, I'll make it 5% instead. So, Will, what am I talking about? Asking him to say "I suppose" at the end of it for better discounts.
I suppose. Oh, right, ReZero, dear.
Yes, Beatrice, I suppose,
yes.
is how they punctuate their sentence. I just find it funny because, like, Reeve is also a little bit robotic, which is how I view Beatrice. So.
Reeve is very robotic. So the story behind Reeve, if you all don't recall from the last campaign, is that he's being piloted by somebody who is very busy with maintaining a pocket dimension, as well. Well, he's on paper very busy maintaining this subspace dimension as well as Matt's one on the Time Lost Isles. He's
but it's
doing
really
admin
just
work for that.
scripted
It's
out
admin
at
work.
this point.
But it's really just scripted out at this point, and he's automated the job for the most part, and he's sitting there playing video games. That being said, Zeros asked him to reincarnate as someone to help him with this.
I thought this was after the Rebirth of a Lost God.
It is. No, this is during
existed.
Rebirth.
This was something that was during that existed parallel, a different campaign that we did where we ended at level 5.
Yeah. Remember, Reeve is Lewis's character from the Lost Artist of a Generation, and Reeve is also the guy who helped you set up the pocket dimension base after
the actual Reeve
is.
The actual Reeve is, well, some people would call him a demigod of tech. Although neither Zeros nor Reeve like the term of being referred to as a god at all. Because in their experience, people that are more likely to call themselves any sort of god or even demigod are more likely to get utterly humiliated, if not erased from existence, than higher beings that don't.
I agree with this sentiment, just letting you all know.
What's with these gods all being like?
If you notice, the gods in this campaign don't call themselves gods either. It shows.
Yeah,
it shows as to why actual gods don't call themselves gods. But neither of them are quite anywhere near that level of them, even as their true selves. But I'm going on a side tangent here. Basically, the Reeve that's here is a artificial life form that's piloted remotely by somebody who is barely piloting it. It's basically running on an automated script.
Mostly scripted, yeah.
That's why he sounds all robotic and AI-like.
And only when you particularly piss him off does he come on the actual mic and start chattering. I remember that part too.
Yes, it's actually kind of funny. And
those are my favorite moments. Of Reeves. What the fuck did you just say about my favorite pasta? Fuck you.
So, he was essentially built from spare materials and energy that Reeve had lying around because he didn't want to reincarnate, because Reeve likes to keep all of his eggs in one basket, unlike Zeros, effectively, in terms of the pieces of himself. So he spared some Aether and made an artificial body to host who he was going to bring to this realm.
Yep.
There's some added flavor. His voice box is powered by Winamp. It kicks the llama's ass, as you know. And as such, it's based on old technology, at least by Reeve's perspective. And it kind of has some kinks in it with the modern hardware. So him trying to be a bard is oftentimes, well, it'll come up, trust me.
Actually, I do have a little feature performance. You did send me something for him already, so just to remind you all.
A sadder but was for me.
Yes, he's a kazoo guy.
Yes, he plays the kazoo as his instrument, and he wants to be a bard, but he's stuck being a champion because that's what he was typecasted as.
Yes. So that being
he literally has a -2 to performance.
Yes.
Anyway, it's like, so yeah, I'd like similar Sister Stone armor and weapon for my friend here. He wears full plate and a scythe. He says as he places the scythe on the counter.
So the merchant at the counter says, scythes are becoming more popular nowadays, it seems.
Breach
I reminded
is
my
nice.
character who was executed.
Yes, except other polearms tend to have a bit of a wider reach, but I understand what you're saying.
Breach comes in many forms. A sweeping attack with a scythe is also a form of breach.
I can't argue with that. I'm sorry. This might be a little insensitive. Does anyone ever tell you you can be a bit robotic at times?
And a voice cuts through over the mic. Hey, you. Yes, you. Yes, this is my automaton that I made. You know, you can criticize me all you like, but until you can break the ninth dimension and from nothing create life, could you try to keep that to yourself? Thank you. And then he cuts off.
Hi, Christian.
And then you hear, like,
a
the
good
sound
time.
cutting off there.
Yay, good timing. It's my strong suit.
He goes on the radio and goes like, until you're able to create life from broadband.
Noted. I just didn't know if that was like basically I didn't know if there was any robotics with it, with what was going on. But hey, it's actually rather impressive now that I see there's a bit of robotics to it, so sorry, did not mean for that to be an insult after the fact. In the moment, I can see how it can be an insult. Was not my intention, so I apologize.
It is understandable. I am human enough.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna judge a robot for being less than human when it can talk to me and fight. That's pretty human to me. So, yeah.
Subhumans do not carry. He dropped 700 gold counter. Tax of money. I have money, thus I am human. Thank you.
Hey, 700 gold is more than most humans carry, so you're definitely alright in the books of the Kusanagi Trade Union.
Please have my gear in a flexible time frame. It is not as urgent as Zeros's. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Is there anyone else needing upgrades at the moment?
I'm guessing. I just wonder what for Ziroku's weapons. Actually, for the weapons that he put, the one that you mentioned, +1 ethereal for his gauntlets.
Oh,
How much
+1
is
striking ghost touch.
plus
75
1
gold.
+1 striking gold touch.
Ghost touch.
Ghost touch.
Yeah.
Right.
He said ethereal beings.
Oh,
just put ghost touch. It doesn't do anything other than allows you to interact with ghost on a more stable level. So, fun fact, the reason why I recommend gauntlets over other things to necessarily have ghost touch is because a ghost can't steal your gauntlets. It can steal other ghost touch weapons.
You can't steal their shit! Let's fucking go! And then for the also one, let me reduce this 2 by 75, and then add 8 reduced by you. 0, then get 5, and then you wanted to put. I'm gonna also put that in my held items right there, and then I also wanted to. I added both. I already put in the invisibility, but I gave for Tal both the rapier and the gun.
So
what was the
in
name of
effects,
those again?
add on a crit, target is frightened 1.
Also, Matt, for the record, you completely forgot Reeves' backpack and spacious pouch. You completely forgot to add them to the character sheet.
I will take care of
It's
that.
not urgent. But yeah, the character sheet, the stats are complete. But his bag wasn't transferred over.
That is something I will not overlook by the next session we have.
I will.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to go get my food now.
Yes, and let's take a quick break very quickly, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you don't have to necessarily leave. Just,
I'll keep you on as background noise while I grind out Xenoblade Chronicles X shit.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to recommend, because, it's fun.
Yay!
There he goes.
So,
what are we doing?
We are doing Chizire's big party, that affinity mission that's going to take a bit. It's also the one with the branching paths where you can either make the party great, get better results with Chizire, which leads to more character creation options in the future, quicker. You get quicker access to it, or you could get money and a favor from a more powerful member of society. Either way...
What do you mean by character creation options?
So, part of the... Getting a rank of affinity with someone will unlock options for characters. So, if you guys progress through the affinity missions, even if it's not this character, I will have a list of feats and features and archetypes and all these things that will come from your interactions from affinity missions. Which,
it's a feat.
Yeah, so, Christian understands what I'm trying to get at here. Doing stuff for your allies will make both your allies stronger, but your character or future characters of that class stronger. So...
Ooh.
Wait, it's one of those perks? Then we started with Chizire. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's a Xenoblade
Yeah, I
reference.
didn't know it would be like that.
Yeah, no, that's the big draw to affinity missions. Not only are they interesting and usually
Character development
written,
for DLC characters.
and their character development, but also, and this is the big thing, you get shit out of it. It might not be for this character, but hey, I really want to do this thing that X character was able to do. I can make it. I can do that because I did the affinity missions.
No mischief today. Very serious. We want to make this the best party ever.
So, outside of the fight,
goals.
which you guys will choose a single character for the fight, but outside of the fight, this is a doozy of one because there's a lot of shit to do. So
it'll take 2 sessions. Okay, guys.
So yeah, it's because the whole goal is you're trying to make the party. So I'm giving you a whole bunch of shit you can throw at the board. So please, everyone, for sake of order, put both of your playable characters at the front of the mansion, which I will draw. Yeah, right there.
All good.
And again, both of them, because this one is a long one. So to make it shorter, I'm giving you access to... Oh, and Ringo, you're technically already on the board in position.
Good job, Ringo.
Well, he's got a date.
Are we live again?
Yes, we are live again. Do you want me to give you some time to eat?
And I see Adonis.
I was going to say something while we weren't live that isn't relevant to the current campaign, but I guess I could say it while we're live before I get time to eat. You remember the artifact that during the last campaign that the main Zeros put together and used to basically solve the problems of the last campaign, basically making Sven, OP, and others in his group have derision between themselves and the power vacuum that created, and then having the rest of them erase themselves with the relic effectively. Because I guess that's how that was resolved, since you never said how it was resolved. I'm assuming that if it was resolved that quickly, that's how I went about it. But that's it. That's how I would have went about it anyway. But after that campaign was over, I returned that artifact to Desna to have her split it into way more than 3 pieces, and it divided so far apart that it could never be put together again.
Okay.
Canonically, that's what I want to have happen to it. Mephistopheles offered me a hell of a lot for it. Desna didn't offer me anything. When I gave it to Desna instead and asked her to split it so far that it could never be put together again, She offered to pay the
So,
price of
I
my next
should
relic
mention-
transfers at some point,
I
which
should
is something
mention,
that I don't pay a
Lewis,
character, but
very quickly, we are going back to it. It's not completely done for, but this
Oh.
is... I know what boss fights are happening, so I know what you will do to eventually resolve it, but I do like the idea that you're splitting apart the artifact so it can never be used again. Clever. So, like, we are going back to that eventually. I just need time to finish working on it, so that's why we're doing this for a year. Yep. But I do get what you're saying, and thank you for letting me know about that, because I was curious where that'd be at this point of the timeline.
So I wanted to be
at this
funny
point,
and say
at
when
this
we were
point after
talking-
that timeline's over with, I would have gotten rid of it.
Yep. Go ahead, Silver.
So I wanted to be funny and say, I was going to be funny and say that when we were talking about the future character stuff coming off of this Affinity mission, my absolute artism was going off in my head, just listening to all this going on.
Yes, it is. So you know, I did put. There are a lot of Affinity missions. There's a reason. There is. I actually do have ways to make this an enriching experience for the entirety of our campaigns together. So
I'm so worried about the amount. It's like yeah.
Either
That's
way,
why
artism is going off.
And like I said, I have plans to help break it up with other things if need be, but we'll see where we're going. So, that being said, everyone do me a quick favor. And for those who need me to do it for them, just let me know. I'll push the button. It's very simple. I just need initiative rolls so we can have some order and semblance to how we're doing it.
Also, Adonis, I think you're already on the map.
Oh yes, Adonis is already on the map because he made a fashionable entrance through the skylight of the ballroom.
Okay.
Push the button for me.
Do I have any
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
Wouldn't this be a crazy place for Corvino Kajimoto to just suddenly be a playable character again?
You want to come back in? I'm willing for it.
Whoa.
I mean, I've already teased it, so I feel like I'd be letting you down if I said no. Never mind.
No, buddy. You can do whatever you need to. You're studying. I'm not going to take you away from what you want to do. I just want to know if you want to play.
I'll chill for now.
Bonus to my initiative roll, and
I'll chill for now, but I really feel like I'm neglecting Corvino.
is it right to add 2 to Tal, so it'll be a 17 in his initiative? Thank you.
Where's Adonis?
He is in the ballroom, so...
I was gonna say, I see a familiar face in this map.
Do you?
I see a familiar face.
I see a lot of familiar faces.
I do in the left corner.
Yeah, of course you do. But I'm more so saying that I just see a familiar character I've drawn that's in this map that I haven't seen in a while.
Ah. Would you like to introduce them as soon as we start?
How do I?
No, they have their things they're doing. We'll let them do what they do until they're interacted with. Okay, so, by the way, Zeros, Reeve is here too for the sake of just getting through the checks we need quicker. So, if you want, I can roll the initiative for him. You can, by the way, I'm fine with you guys doing whichever character you want. Like, if you have a follow-up you want to do quicker, but I just want both of these here for that sake.
You want him here, drop him frontline infantry, and roll his initiative, please.
Wonderful. So, this is a more social-esque type thing, but Marcel, there's a lot of people at this party. First thing everyone does is enters in the door, and we'll talk with Chizire for a second. So, Chizire reaches out a paw towards you and says, hello, mademoiselle. My name is Chizire. Tufo.
Hi.
Technically, I do have a last name.
Hi, Chizire. I know who you are.
You each get an opportunity to talk to Chizire, and Chizire will point out, hey, you might want to do this, or hey, this is going on. So, like, Chizire is pointing you towards things you might like. So, he has not met Marcel.
Then why is he talking to
no,
me?
he hasn't. Well, yeah, no, because she was from a completely different thing.
Marcel is coming up first. You're on a date, buddy.
You're on a date!
Well, Ringo is, anyways.
But anyway, she reaches out to let's see, didn't he reach out his hand for like shake hands?
Yeah, he reached out his hand and rubbed him over.
Okay. I just wanna make sure. Yeah, she reaches out to shake his paw. She's like, hello, I'm Marcel. It's a pleasure to be here.
Are you Agatha's any like quotes with the two big parts of his paw? Mother figure?
She kind of looks at him, it's like, I mean, been getting that a lot, yeah.
I see. It's a bit of a sore subject. Well, we have some people here who are currently staffing things. We have Nasir cooking up some meat. We have Jelani, who is making some pastries. And then there's Alvera, who's offered to bartend at this establishment.
Yo!
So, we have booze, we have sweets, we have savory things. You just gotta go to those places. Honestly, if you're not sure you can hang with Agatha tonight, I'd probably stay as far away from her as possible.
Oh god.
She does not seem to be in a good mood.
What happened to Agatha? I forgot what happened. She kind of
looks at him. It's like, I mean, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can manage.
Are we all dressed fancily in this occasion?
No. Typical. Chizire says, just do your thing as part of the dress code. There's no fancy clothing unless you want to dress fancy.
I wore my rave wear for nothing.
Is that Balthazar saying he wore his rave wear for nothing, or Ringo?
Ringo's not here.
Ringo is.
Ringo's in another room.
Oh yeah, Ringo's already here. So Marcel, there's a lot of people you can talk to. What kind of thing do you want to do? Do you want to help the party, or do you want to harm it? Sink or swim?
I mean,
what do you want to do?
There's people.
I know what we want to do.
There's people. There's chance to play a bit of music.
There is a ballroom to your right. You could start jamming.
Let's go.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be doing that.
Why does she like jamming? I didn't know she was a musician.
She's a bard. Marcel's a bard.
Oh,
remember
I thought
Marcel? Estriel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Estriel.
So,
my bad.
Roll a performance.
Yeah, we've got two elves here. We've got two different
I have
elves.
two half elves before today. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Marcel, what's up,
Marcel?
Oh, I didn't hear that. My bad. Let me see. Everybody's like talking over each other. I didn't hear that.
It's just like a real party.
Oh my god.
Ready for a hero point? It's a regular success, but do you want to strive for a crit?
Ooh.
I mean, hell else do I know?
It's still a regular success.
Yeah, a little better. Yeah, a little better. It's alright.
Okay, Ringo. Roll me. Okay, Ringo. Highs or lows?
It's always high.
Oh no,
Ringo, you have the itch. Not for cocaine, mind you, but ever since a couple of days ago, you've been jonesing for manga, but you don't know how the new lady friend would react to manga.
Oh
manga.
No.
Manga.
All
But what
because he
about
got
Jones?
All because
what
it
about
rolled a
what, Keith?
49. You were so close.
What about Dojin?
Yeah, I don't know how she'd feel about that, but you know what? Keith, highs or lows?
Oh
So
my
wait.
god.
Oh no, not again. Oh god.
Hey, Keith, highs or lows?
I answered so highs.
It's high again. Okay, you got.
It's high, but it was not high enough.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you don't know how she'd feel about that either, but you don't have the best feeling about that.
You introduced her to, hey, how do you feel about manga? And hey, how do you feel about
Dojin?
That's what he said. That's literally what he said.
What do you think I said?
That's literally what Keith said.
Literally any other meme.
New objective, Keith.
Uh-oh.
What's his objective? Is that something that's secret?
Revive the withdrawals.
Oh no!
Darn it! I knew I shouldn't have won my. I knew I shouldn't have won my Higao suit.
My fucking god.
You know what? Roll me a diplomacy. We'll see if the
Oh my gosh.
You know what? I was gonna say, what if he's wearing a suit that it has like UV ink in it, and you can only see it if he's in UV.
They're all
So
frogs.
nobody knows it is. Nobody knows that it is that suit.
You want a penny for a hero point?
Sure.
Oh god.
I mean, I had
Okay, from a
frogs
near
are just
success to a
literally
success.
opening
You
their
know what? You know what, Ringo? Turns out she is very interested in the art style that you are wearing.
I'll heck
Oh
out
no!
with them. I'll heck out frogs are literally just frogs that
No!
have their tongue out to bite to
No,
try to
I
get
know
the fly.
frogs are literally that one Pepe meme where his tongue is like shrieking.
It's basically the same, except the tongue is really, really long.
Like, why does that tongue look like that? That's not a normal
So it's
goat tongue.
So it's basically just different faces of Pepe all over the suit.
Oh my gosh. Why? Why keep why?
What do you mean?
Now you tempt me to create a very cursed image. I'm
Oh
not gonna
god. No. No.
Okay, Pete. So now my real question for you, Ringo, is how are you going to pump up the party?
Well, I was just imagining Ringo's in like the drip pose, you know, with where his hands are holding each other.
God.
Isn't Ringo naturally in the drip pose?
He's in the supreme pose.
Yes, the supreme pose with y'all.
Why?
Is this Rebirth of a Lost God, or which campaign are we on?
Rebirth of a Lost God.
Okay. I'm trying to launch.
You don't have to if you
to.
don't want to. I'm not going to stop you from playing Xenoblade X, but if you want to, let me add your character to it.
I'm just curious
You
what
hate
the
it
map
so
looks
much?
like. Because I heard there was a reference to characters. Something about characters being in here.
A lot of them.
Oh, are they all references?
Yeah.
No, they're all characters you run into. Heck, even the foreign diplomat Wakena is here for some reason.
I mean, familiar faces. Oh,
yes,
they
most
might
of
not
them
be
are
so
familiar
familiar to me.
faces, but not the most.
I mean, that and everybody's favorite Firefox.
So,
is
Ringo,
also
I
here.
should mention you are in the room with the nerds because, you know.
Oh no!
spoiler
Congratulations. You're introducing your supreme stance to the nerds. And be like, hey guys, look at my drip.
I have a table in front
You're
of me.
introducing the fact
It's a
that
room full
you're
of
one of
nerds.
the nerds that got a woman versus all the other nerds that don't.
I'm a quasi-rich British aristocrat.
Of course I need a dab on them.
I take off my explorer's Ahigo hat, and out of it, I pull out a tabletop strategy game.
Oh my god!
Would
You can't
anyone
keep getting away with this!
Wait, Keith, what is the name of this tabletop strategy game?
It's War Claymore 4th Era.
Okay, Keith, just asking, for the sake of how you want to go about this, what the fuck would we even roll to play Warhammer 4th Era? Or War Claymore 4th Era?
Why, performance, of course.
Oh my
Are you
god.
trained in performance?
No.
Even better.
Oh, so you're like the guy who has all the painted miniatures, but he's just horrible with his luck.
Well, what else would it be?
I was about to say I was gonna lose my mind if he said some shit like frogs and toads. I was just gonna lose my mind.
Freezing dudes.
Maybe society?
Yeah, because of the math and the math rocks. Yeah, society is what I was actually hoping you'd say, but performance could work too. Or if you wanted to cheat, you could do deception.
Oh no, it wouldn't work with deception. It would have to be society.
Yep.
God.
So we're only that society, Mr. War Claymore 4th Era.
Well, hold on, I have to... Excuse me, gentlemen. Would anyone be down for a rigorous game of the strategy? I am known to be quite a decent player of the Kingdom of People.
He's just saying this like
Ignacy
out of
looks
nowhere
at you and says, "What are you, a normie? I'll take the Kingdom of Necromancers, please."
No, that's mine.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Beerby's already claimed that.
How do you know he's
above
claimed that?
table, your GM doesn't know any fucking other ones. So
that's fine. Fake gamer girl.
First of all, Ignacy. First of all, gamer. I said your GM.
Fake gamer girl.
He's a girl? Who?
Oh, Keith. When have I been a woman? I'm just curious.
When you
just
Oh wait,
I mean,
no. Ignacy says,
say
"Fine,
right
I'll
now,
be the
Matt,
orcs."
you're lucky that Catman's not here. Otherwise, he would have argued that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you rolled like that.
Rolled like what?
What the fuck?
A racist. Here's the orcs. They're all like racist characters of orcs from like 4 years ago.
What the fuck, Keith?
Okay.
Look, to be fair, it's the British.
My name is Ty.
Hey, Pete, roll that society.
All right, I forgot. I actually have to roll something.
Oh my god.
You lost the game to Ignacy.
Damn.
I lost to a racist.
But you do add a point to the party's fun score because you've started a impromptu. What did you call it again, Mr. Keat? Pastic? War Claymore 4th century, right? 4th era.
Did the British come up with Warhammer 40k? I don't.
Okay, Adonis. You broke the skylight of a mansion to enter the mansion.
It is I, Adonis.
Oh god.
A crab who is wearing a water hat as a water bubble walks up to you and goes and pinches to say, "Hello, my name is Hydros. Do you speak Aquan?"
No.
Crab just goes up to you.
And then, if you don't respond, Hydros says, "Oh, we speak common tongue of land, right? Name Hydros Aquos." Not very fluent in common, unfortunately. Me, Prince.
I
of
pity your
all
parents.
tribes.
I pity the parents who named you. Or no. Anywho, hello, I am Adonis, adventurer extraordinaire.
Hydros actually big fan of you. Pulls out autograph book.
Adonis loves to speak to fans.
Will you sign
Crab
autograph?
pulls out a
Indeed.
claw.
Casualities.
Adonis! Yo!
Hydra says, tell me a story of your greatness, Adonis.
Well, there was this one time where I saved my beloved from a tower. I crossed blistering seas, scorching deserts, and felled many foes. Along with my protege.
Hydros asks a clarifying question. You mean you did it with your protege, or you had to fight protege?
Along with my protege. With...
As in not against?
Not against.
Is that the end of your story, Will?
No, there is more. I meant it. Well, I'm trying to think of how else he could. But there's also this one time where I got a spear from a bet. There's this.
What?
Well, the other part of that story is that, Christ, I need to remember what the frick my plan was to get his beloved out of the freaking tower.
And then this one time at adventure camp,
Hydro says, tell me how you got the spear from the bet.
Well, you see, this very pompous elf person made fun of my looks and thought I was rather ugly.
Oh, yeah.
And
starts cursing and awkward and clacking. Like, generally, you get the gist of how the fuck could they say you're ugly?
Perish the thought!
You're so handsome, says the crab.
You can tell he's angry for your sake.
So I told him, how about a wager? How about we compete in a beauty contest? With a talent section.
Prince Hydro says, what was your talent?
Acrobatics, looking cool, and more acrobatics.
Acrobatics, and acrobatics.
Who judged the competition?
Oh, I believe it was one of my firebrand friends named Bartholomew. He was a very odd sort, that one. Doesn't really understand what it truly means to be firebrand. He doesn't really quite have the swagger yet, but he's working on it.
How bad did he lose?
It was horrendous. Nearly every person in the room voted for me, except for that one guy, but we do not talk about him.
Yes, how dare that one guy. Now roll me whatever check you feel would be appropriate.
That man just got one guide.
Yeah, I would say probably diplomacy.
As though people have okie dokie. That is like 1 point off from a success.
So close.
0 point. Oh, there we go.
Here.
I was going to say, well, yeah, because I was gonna say well, don't remove that hero point. I was gonna say I'm gonna give it to you because I'm gonna count your crabby friend as being able to give you a little bit of a helping hand by basically guiding your story to a fun point. So, a point of assistance from your new crab squire friend.
The problem is I haven't thought of all the fan fiction that Adonis proposed, that his alter ego formerly wrote, is the problem.
Fan fiction.
So,
I wonder if you come up with pretty good fan fiction.
Since you're entering in the normal way, Shazire says, Tardy, please try not to be eaten by any of my guests, especially looks at Balthazar. You know. What exactly do you want to do at the party, Tardy?
He wants to run around and have fun.
In that case, please stay away from the kitchen. But other than that, go wherever you want. There's generally good time in the ballroom, or you could talk to people in the various rooms where they seem to be congregating.
Would Estriel
okay, because you said that, after a while he's going to wander around in the main areas, but eventually he's going to wander into the kitchen.
Yeah, would Estriel be with Tardy because of Estriel being protective and Tardy just, going everywhere?
Tardy is his own man. He's an adult. He's 40. I'm kidding. He's 40. He's 40 moons.
He's 42, but he still needs an adult.
No, he's 42 moons.
Oh.
Yes.
So yes, Tardy, anyone on this general list you want to talk to first? There's a lot.
You can use arrow keys to move your token? Huh?
Did you not know this?
I didn't know this!
What?
I did not know this. Look at me dancing. Okay, go ahead, guys. Go ahead, my bad.
Going on an adventure.
Just will wait your turn to go on an adventure.
I'll come back.
Tardy, who do you want to talk to first, or where do you want to go first?
I don't know, where Tardy's just being a menace. People are probably gonna people are gonna probably talk to him rather than him talk to other people.
Okay, highs or lows?
Highs.
Okay. So, let me move you over. As you're walking by, someone told you not to go to the kitchen, but you don't know what a kitchen is, and you smell something interesting from this general way up. As you walk by, you run into Agatha, who looks at you and is like, I didn't know we invited children to this party. Tardy, what are you doing here?
Hello.
Where are you going, Tardy?
What a goofball.
I don't know.
He's just wandering around.
So, do you know much about parties, Tardy?
I don't know what a party is.
This is a party, Tardy. You see, you go around talking to your fronds and making better fronds. Or you can commit party fouls and make fronds mad, but I don't think you're gonna do that. Well, you might not do that, but a lot of people here speak Sylvan, and I think Frondy has just told me to go shove a twig up. Ow.
I'm not going to complete that. Don't complete that sentence. I didn't know Frondy was here.
What the heck is an orthotalk?
Oh, God.
And orthotalk is, and Balthazar's mouth blurs, and you just hear,
So, Tardy, what do you want to do? Let's avoid the conversation your caretaker seems to want to put me through.
I don't know. What's that? He points to probably some pregnancy oven, I guess, or not an oven, but a stove.
He goes to the kitchen
to cook food.
Oh wait, I know what food is.
You eat.
No. I know other things that eat though.
Ah, well, I mean, to be fair, most things eat. So, where are you going, Tardy?
Huh?
Like, what do you plan to do at the party?
He's just having fun.
Why don't you go dancing, Tardy?
What's dancing?
Where you go into a room full of people who are moving their body in fun ways and go move your body in fun ways with them.
Okay.
Moving body in fun ways. Let's hope he goes to the right room where people are
Yes,
moving their
hopefully he
body
goes
in
to the
fun
correct
ways.
room.
Yeah.
Oh no, Agatha will walk you over to the
Okay.
ballroom and then walk back to where she was at. So Tardy, you want to roll a performance to dance along to the beat?
Sure.
This is being done by Marcel, right? Who's doing the music?
No, Agatha. Agatha.
Agatha's doing the music. Okay.
You know, oh no, Marcel's doing the music. That's Adonis's sheet.
Adonis's sheet?
Yeah, you rolled performance with Adonis.
Oh, whoopsies.
Oh!
Well,
You missed
I
the
think it's
wrong one,
it's
Will.
slightly better.
You can take that 20.
Whoa.
Okay.
So yeah, another point to the vibe check. Estriel, you're up.
Vibe check.
Vibe check. Would you like to add to the vibe check, or would you like to cause some mischief, or somewhere in between?
What am I?
You do
Or would
the
you like
same
to be a
thing you did
wallflower?
last time. You walk up to Jazire. Jazire extends a paw. It's like,
Alright.
Estriel. Please try not to helicopter parent Tardy. I think it will be bad for his progression as an individual if you try and keep him safe all of the time.
Damn. Can't say.
She
Even though he's
reaches
with a
out to shake
caretaker
his
of
paw,
Fonzie.
just like
You know I'm right.
she just groans. It's like, it's not that I try to.
Well, Jazire
Listen,
looks at
force
you
of
as
habit.
it's like, if it's a force of habit, you probably try to do it. Look, what you want to do is you want to probably go make sure Ringo doesn't accidentally kill the vibe over in the library where people are deciding to congregate, play games, and talk about shit.
But the nerd's nerd!
See, here's the nerds howling like gorillas.
Yes, please go check on them and make sure they aren't actually turned into gorillas.
Damn.
She just kind of like pans over that
and
direction. She
Wakena
nods.
are both in that room, and it's not impossible that happened.
Oh, Matembe's there.
Oh
Okay.
god. Yeah, no, she's
Oh,
making her
God.
way over now.
He always plays the skeleton.
So very quickly, make me a nature check to make sure that there are no gorillas in this room.
Oh my god.
There are no
Hold on, make
gorillas.
sure. Okay. Oh lord. That's not. I'm gonna reroll that.
I have an idea for an exemplar character now.
Okay.
Estriel, there are no gorillas in this room. But you figured you might go check on the next table and see where the howling is coming from and why.
Oh
god, there's more? Oh no.
No. The next table, there's no gorillas. You can see there's no gorillas. The library's too intact, so now that you're here, Ringo, you have entered into a collaboration effort where if two of you are in a similar room, you can work with or against each other to increase vibe or decrease vibe.
Ooh.
We're eating and howling like gorillas because we're just having so much fun with the game.
They're just having so much fun with their 40K game.
Estriel to come and play?
No, she's a girl.
Aren't you playing with a girl?
Slowly look over at Ignacy.
Aren't you playing with a girl, Keith?
Dude, you can give her the elves. Like, come on.
The cooties.
Fine. She can play the elves, I guess.
What's the harm in it? I mean, you're already getting your butt kicked by the orcs, the dwarves. Heck, your own Eidolon is kicking the crap out of you. Are you sure your Eidolon's not using weighted dice, by the way? Because he's rolling too high.
Kirby's always been good at the necromancers. I think it has to do with his culture.
So, Estriel, make a society check. So, along with Ringo.
Oh no.
Are you assisting? Oh, wait, are you assisting in this scenario?
Ringo is assisting Estriel in this scenario.
Neat.
You goobers.
You want to try that again for a penny for a hero point?
Sure.
Wonderful. You have gotten a success and a collaboration, so that is 2 vibe check points.
Vibe checks.
Zeros, I hope that Chinese was good, and I hope you're ready to get going.
How was the Chinese food, Zeros?
Almost ready.
Almost ready? In that case, you tied with Balthazar and Zeroku, so I'll have Balthazar go first. We'll come back to you in a second. Balthazar.
Well, Balthazar's a bit bummed that it wasn't a rave after all. He got dressed up for nothing.
As you
Is he going to try to destroy the vibe?
Ask you, why are you dressed like this is a rave?
I thought this was a rave, and as he says that, he gestures, and his ears jink as glow in the dark.
I mean,
Jellyfish has glow in the dark studs in his ears.
I mean, theoretically speaking, you can turn the dance floor into a rave if you gather enough, well, illicit substances.
People, music.
Illicit substances? Where am I supposed to? Oh, and he starts rummaging his bag.
Oh, God.
Wait. No, whoa, dude, you can't rummage through your bag out here.
I know, it's a rave.
There are cops at the door. You gotta go somewhere deeper
cops. There are cops.
Fine, I'll go deeper in. Hi, Makoto. Hi, Amani. Hi, Columbo.
Columbo!
Hi, Adriana.
One more thing.
Hi, Graves.
Graves walks to you. Is like, the fuck are you doing?
I'm messing with my sack. Go away.
Graves is like, Graves usually not understand what you mean by that. But look, Graves is in the middle of a very important meeting with the Haspis Consortium. And you just walk through it, proving Graves have no security.
Oh,
what would be
shit.
the odds? What would be the odds of me grabbing the strongest thing I got in here and flinging it into his mouth?
No!
That would be an esoterica check, and you'd have to somehow get a nat 20 on the attack roll.
You encourage it!
Yeah, I was thinking, because, like, he's mythic, so this probably ain't gonna work.
Well, also depends upon what the strongest thing you have
Matt, why do you encourage this shit?
Because if it works, it's hilarious and will increase the vibe, because if he throws the strongest drug into Graves' mouth, this shit is becoming a rave, dog.
Well, let's see.
It was already funny as fuck when he said that he's rummaging, or that he's messing with the sack, or whatever the hell he just said.
Which would be
It was funny with shit like that.
That the largest, basically only criminal organization in Absalom would have. It'd probably be Nihil's Regret, or Callisto's Regret.
No, it'd be Nihil's Regret. It's the new shit on the block.
No!
Oh. Sorry.
Okay, well, you gotta roll your esoteric lore to see if you even have it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh. I have no idea. I'm Discord bugged out when I did that, but I am so sorry. I was gonna mute before I did that. Oh, God.
Okay, so you have a bottle of Nihil's Regret.
Well, I guess the Nihil one wouldn't be a bottle, it'd be a pill. and I go to reach it, and as I touch it, instantly activate.
Oh.
Well, you're allergic to it, but it's not that kind of pill. You'd have to get it in Graves' mouth. So roll me a d20.
Dang, I was thinking that I accidentally,
no.
that I accidentally activated on myself.
Well, it wouldn't have any effect on you.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Why not? You want to hero point that in that 20?
You can't. Okay, Zeros after the fact, because this would be a huge boon to the party being successful, but it might have ramifications for Ice Peace Project shit that you can fix later on down the line. Do you want to give him that villain point so he can get that nat 20?
A villain point?
Uh-oh.
I don't
What's
think
a
he's
villain
back yet.
point?
Basically, you can't... You
Oh.
can't hero point something twice, but Zeros can give you an additional one.
Ah!
Yeah, he can have one of my hero points. Congratulations. You're forced to take that reroll that you just did without me using it in advance. I guess
I'm letting you do it in hindsight because, honestly, I don't think I mentioned to it in a while that you can't reroll twice. And
by the way, I've already been playing for 2 hours tonight, so I am at 53 hero points.
Oh, I was gonna give you a hero point for being considerate of your allies' wants and needs, so you don't even. You still have 2 from
54 hero points.
Yes. So, Graves immediately, like, it hits the back of his throat, and he just, what is that?
I don't know. And he flings it.
No, you've already flung it in his throat. He's like, hey, kid. He comes over to you, he picks you up, and he just jumps through the building to the dance floor and starts using you like a freaking whip as he slaps you across the
you as a whip?
and dances while slapping you across the floor.
As he walks up to me, as he walks up to me, I am watching in horror as his eyes get more and more dilated until they're completely black.
Bro.
So, I have good news and bad news.
Oh no.
The good news is you got Graves to join in on making the party better, which is a guaranteed vibe check success. But also, he gets to attempt a performance check because he is going to use you as a drum.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If he is successful on this fact, then he will make a power attack at you. It'll be non-lethal.
Oh no!
But I'm allergic to percussion instruments.
Damn. Oh shit.
I hate to break it to you, but that is a crit success. So here is your damage.
Oh no!
Don't worry, it's 100% non-lethal.
Just knock him out at most.
100% non-lethal, but you are unconscious for until further notice.
He raises his fist up. He raises his fist up, and the camera looks upwards towards him from me as light shines from his fist to the point that everything else is a shadow, and it just dries down with the fire.
And then suddenly, by almost breaking your spine on the dance floor, the freaking Darude Sandstorm starts playing out of nowhere.
God damn it, Keith. You need to stop giving me temptations to draw this bullshit.
The immense shockwave of being hit caused Balthazar's unconscious body to continuously do the worm.
Damn.
Oh, and Keith, I
Balthazar's
also
body
have
is doing
a
the
piece
jellyfish
of secret
jam right now.
news.
Yes? Secret news?
He's gonna give that to you in secret.
Yes.
None of us can know. I don't know, maybe you want to tell us, but I don't think you want to do that, Keith.
That doesn't make sense, but I'll go with it.
Well, it does, but I'll have to talk to you about that at a different point as to not ruin the pacing.
We love ruining the pacing.
I don't know. If you want Balthazar to be a racist, I'll do it, but it's a weird turnaround.
It's weird.
Okay,
Just to be
clear, because I have to do that, or else I might risk future termination. I did not tell him to be racist, but I can't tell you what I did tell him because it would ruin the secret for everyone. I did not do that. I told him to say the R word, Rylnock.
Oh.
It's Ryonaka. Actually, that joke doesn't even...
Oh my gosh.
Zeros, are you ready, or should I let Zeroku go for a second?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okie dokie.
He's ready!
So, I'm gonna walk over to Makoto.
Okay.
Hey there.
So she looks at you, it's like, oh, hello.
So, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. What about you?
Good. Just, situation
Vibing.
over there with the Graves and Balthazar is pretty entertaining, huh?
Hey, Silver, before you respond.
Uh-oh.
Are you sending something in secret also?
Yes.
Gotcha.
She just kind of looks over, just kind of like a blank look on her face, just watching. It's like, yeah, I could agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's usually way more stoic than that. But
Hey,
I presume
Zeros, you
he's
want
not
to make a
usually
quick
likable.
medicine check to see if there's something wrong there? Because there might be.
Uh-oh. Doing a...
Graves isn't really the kind of person to easily be drugged, but it does appear as if someone's drugged him.
Uh-oh. Quote unquote.
well, yeah, this isn't good. It's worse than I thought. He's
We
not
know
just
above
drunk.
board it's... We know above board it's Keith, but he doesn't know that.
Zeros, another compounding factor is the person he would have been talking to at this point was the leader of the Aspis Consortium.
What is he doing? What is the Aspis?
They're negotiating trade because the Aspis Consortium is merchants, and the whole point is to try and not piss off a neighboring enemy. You know, the leader of the Aspis Consortium is a man by the name of Antoine Joseph Sachs.
Their name is Ass Piss.
And you know that he is very, very anti-Ice Peace Project. You also know this version of you would be better off investigating than doing anything else without further knowledge and backup.
Ooh.
Investigating, you say? How so?
Uh-oh.
Well, if it were the main version of you, if there was needing justice to be done, that would be appropriate, because Antoine Joseph Sachs is not the normal kind of man in this world, if you get my drift.
Are these the only negotiations?
I get the feeling that my current self would be bad at negotiating with someone of his talent.
Are we? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
So the best thing that I could do would be to get Graves back to normal, I suppose. Where is he on the dance floor? Am I within range to move?
Yeah, you are within range of him.
He's swinging around.
No. At this point, he hit Balthazar so hard that he is both playing the Macarena with his bones clanking and clattering while doing a autonomous worm.
So, which one of these icons is Graves?
This one.
Crack Satter. Crack, 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 shatter.
I walk over to him, see what he's doing, and gently as not to draw attention, pat him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy, you okay?
Is he patting?
I'm gonna lessen his intoxication by one stage.
He was only intoxicated by one stage, fortunately. That is
Well, that's
Thank
enough to cure it outright.
Yes.
Hey,
Let's fucking
what you
go.
did. That's my round.
Yes. So that is another vibe. So we are currently. So we can, if we finish up this round, we should be able to do that combat tomorrow, unless someone starts to stir the pot the other direction. Zeroku!
You just had to mention that. You just had to mention that. Go ahead.
Well, you're not going to stir the pot, are you, Zeroku?
I don't know, will
I
you?
have two characters. Matt. I'm not necessarily saying that's what Shiroku's gonna do. So what?
Oh.
So right now, he's seeing all of this. He saw Balthazar evoke Graves to swing him around, do the whole Macarena, and then he saw. I mean, that's what was described to me. And then he saw Zeros go in and be like,
he was through several walls from where he was currently standing, and then wall landing in the dance floor just swung him into the ground, and he started playing music with his broken body doing the worm. So, Adonis, you could learn a thing or two from that dramatic entrance.
If it were that case,
Adonis is better.
If it were that case, and that's the level of physical feat that Jiroku sees from Graves, he'd be like, I want to fucking join it.
You're gonna wrestle Graves? Are you sure about this?
Not even necessarily, not even arm wrestle. Just generally like, oh, we're throwing people now. We're throwing people now.
Push up competition with the blitzed out Graves.
No, Graves is no longer blitzed out. That drug wasn't strong enough to do anything more than a stage 1.
Dang.
Yeah, because Graves is already, And plus, he was talking to very important diplomatic people.
If you're hyped up about throwing people, who are you choosing to throw? That's the question.
That's the thing. Jiroku can just straight up announce in the middle of the hall, throwing competition.
Oh no.
He's that hyped. He sees that whole thing going around. He sees Graves. He's going a bit down. But Jiroku, he wants to maintain the energy a bit. Maybe Graves has to do something busy. Graves wants to do something busy, but Jiroku can keep up the energy at the dance floor or something. Yeah.
As you walk in and say throwing competition, Olivia walks up to Amani and just tries to chuck her.
Can you give me the relationship between these two, Olivia and Amani?
They're close friends.
Good friends. Okay, gotcha.
They're chill.
Oh.
And by that I mean Amani has no problem with her, but she's a nerd.
She's a what?
She's a nerd.
She's
Olivia
a nerd.
is a magus. She does not like the wiggly fingers, but she is one, so she has an identity. It's like being an emo kid.
The wiggly fingers.
Yeah.
I didn't know emo kids did not like the wiggly fingers.
No. She doesn't like being called what she is.
Oh, okay.
And she takes it out on others when she has the opportunity, which is not often. Not all emo kids do that, but like the violent emo kid type.
As Olivia is throwing Amani, and he shows, Zeroku has two people closest to him right now. He has Makoto and Chizire.
It's a real party foul to throw the party host, so you gotta throw Makoto.
Damn it!
Oh no!
I forgot. Can you describe your character to me, Silver, about Makoto? I forgot about her. Sorry.
You know, she's a student.
Here's a picture for you.
I see her. It's just that I'm trying to remember what was the whole vibe with her. My bad.
She's more so like a really like curious, like, you know, wants to learn whatever kind of thing she's doing and takes a lot of notes of things.
She's a nerd and an intellectual, perfect for throwing.
Oh my god. She's not exactly a nerd,
hey,
but she's studying in some interesting things.
Hey, Zeroku, highs or lows?
We're going highs, baby.
Uh-oh.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit. What does that mean?
Highs or lows?
Again? Oh. Yep.
Did you say low or did you say oh? Because if you
did...
Okay, we're rolling that again because I thought you said low.
No. You said oh.
Yeah, so you said high, that's...
That's low, yeah. What happens?
You go to throw Makoto, and then you're thrown into that room by someone or something else.
Oh, okay.
And you take...
I thought I was gonna go inside the Okay, my bad. I went into the main hall and just threw Makoto because she was closest after I saw Olivia.
Makoto, and then something with magical force threw you.
Neat. Lovely.
And
I was thrown into the dance hall.
And you break through a couple of walls and take 10 points of fall damage.
Ah! I'm trying to... Let's see. Where is he? Where is my character? Where did he go? Can you point him out to me, Matt?
Yes. Or 1 second, focus ping.
There you are! Okay. Oh, all the way there! Uh-oh. I didn't know that I could go all the way there. Okay. As I get thrown through this wall all the way here, what are these guys Nzinga and Kefilwe are doing? What are they doing?
Highs or lows?
Oh, God. I didn't know it was dependent on what? Okay.
You don't know what room this is, but it could be really bad.
I love things being really bad. I just got thrown into a room. I don't know what's happening. Let's go high.
Low, Sass. High or low?
You said high?
I said high. I'm going high.
Fortunately, it is a lounge and not the women's restroom. You flew past the women's restroom.
I could have been in the women's
restroom and into a lounge.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First thing first. Who the hell threw me? I want to arm wrestle whoever threw me. The magic. He has a detect magic thing. Give me a second.
Don't worry, he's coming.
Who threw me? Oh, is that Matembe?
No. Well, it kind of says, it's very impolite for you to pick on students.
What's his name?
Kenna, the child god.
Oh! He's just like...
I accept your challenge to an arm wrestle, but don't think I'll go easy on you.
Damn! Very powerful. Very powerful indeed. Challenge accepted! He goes...
Well, hopefully
and he goes, he offers the magic...
challenge me.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was like magic table plopped down as the whole thing that he does. Yeah, the whole thing that I feel like he's gonna be thrown through a table at this point, but you gotta prepare, right? You gotta prepare for that being thrown into a table.
Pathetic athletics check.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Listen, Hiroku just likes doing competitive competitions. He's just doing it all for fun. Do. Damn, I'm so weak.
You're being prayed for.
Here you go, Zeroku.
I prayed for you.
You go flying back through the walls and end up back outside.
Oh my god!
And take...
I hope I was able to add to the contribution of the party.
21 points of additional fall damage.
How many?
31.
31?
He flies to the sky.
I added nothing of value. I only got 41
Well, that
overall points
depends.
of damage.
Roll me one of your diplomacy skills because that was hilarious.
Zeroku
Alright.
just screaming, I don't you to the party.
He's like screaming throughout the entire time. He just keeps getting thrown through places. Like, can I re-roll that?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. You've contributed to the vibe check. You've caused
Let's fucking
chaos.
go!
So you've also contributed to the anti-vibe check.
Oh shit, both? How?
Yes. By the way, I teased as if they're the same scale. They're different scales.
Oh, neat. Okay, gotcha.
Reeve, chaos is breaking out.
Excellent. Reeve is going to either contribute one way or the other.
By the way, there are people playing nerdy games in the nerd room.
Yep.
Reeve sees that there is a dance floor.
Awesome.
He walks out on the dance floor. A dance floor with no music. That
Balthazar is still playing with his broken body.
Wait, I thought that Graves was done being drummed.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, but Balthazar kept
Balthazar's still doing the worm. Graves Graves didn't have to hit it more than once for him to do that.
He's just within the residual effects.
You gotta remember, Graves is built different.
Big ultra barbarian. The whole thundering barbarian. He
attempts to play music anyway.
Oh no, you can definitely join in the harmony. In fact, you get a +3 to your roll because of it.
Holy shit, nice.
What part of this looks like harmony?
0 point. Zeros uses the villain point.
Villain point.
Ow.
Ouch, that hurts. Ooh.
So, instead of what's going on, he loudly kazoos the following. Hold on a second. I'm gonna send you it.
Got it?
Oh no.
I have a playlist for when I fail performance checks with him and a playlist for when I succeed. So give me a second.
Of course.
I could just imagine he calmly walks out onto the floor.
39 points of damage because he decided to start throwing nerds and the nerds threw him.
Let's fucking go.
He attempted to throw somebody that was like barely
Yeah, but
it was like barely.
Shit. What kind of felt
like
morally responsible to do something?
It was just for the funsies, Like he was like, "Oh, I want to contribute to the whole thing in the dance floor. Let's do a throwing competition."
I can imagine.
Zeroku, you have a feeling he was holding back immensely.
Oh shit! I like to deal with powers that are way too powerful than me. Because it gives a test of my strength.
So, even though I, as the GM, and Zeros both pointed it out, he does call himself a god. So
Yeah.
I just have the itching feeling that Zeroku was inches away from grabbing Makoto before he just got absolutely flung.
You got magically flung.
So he didn't even have a chance. He didn't have a chance to put a hand on her to fling her. He just got.
Have you guys ever seen Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, the first part of it?
The first part of season 2, I haven't seen. Season
imagine
1. Is that good?
So Jujutsu Kaisen is great, but basically you got blued all the way to one room and blued all the way outside of it.
I like dealing with forces that are way more powerful than me. Zeroku now has a goal to be as powerful as him, even though it's impossible.
Here's the song. It's only a minute long or so.
Over the rainbow.
I have to hear this.
I'm working on it. Well, I'm working on that. Tao, what are you gonna do?
Okay. You just saw Zeroku go through, try to do his whole athletic competition, and get absolutely nailed. This is a pretty chaotic situation.
Got absolutely nailed a second time.
And he knows that the people around him are pretty powerful. So, in that case, I guess he's more on a fact-finding mission, or at least a learn stuff situation, than that of a have fun thing. Because he saw Shiroku have fun, he's not really about that life. Cal's very much more of like power hungry sort of dude. Very ominous. He's not his aura around him is not very party going like Shiroku's. He's very much more of a dim, intimidating figure. So his goal, at least in this, he doesn't really care about contributing either way in regards to the whole party going. I don't know what the stat you're going with, Matt, but he's much more on the hands of like, I want to learn more information, whether that be just talking to people or by just learning and listening in on conversations. That's much more of his vibe.
Okay,
because
you want to try and sneak in on a conversation
It's not necessarily sneaking. It's a very social conversation, and he knows he's not going to be able to sneak past any of these guys, right? You're way more powerful to him. Listen, Shiroku is going to arm wrestle anyone. He's going to arm wrestle the god. But Tao knows what he's doing. Tao is like very much pragmatic, and Tao's very much like, listen, there's no use in trying to trick any of these guys. They're very much more powerful than me. I can't do shit. So, the best way to do is to learn, maybe engage, maybe network a bit, maybe find ways to elevate his own position. That's his goal. Whether that be like, oh, just talking to people. Yeah, it's the cringe option, but for him it's like it's for him it's the logical option. Because all the other ones are like, I don't want to engage in being too fun. He doesn't want to engage in all that fun shit that Jiroku is doing. He's not a nerd. He's not he doesn't want to play a game like what the guys in the left room are doing. I mean, he just wants to vibe and gain power in this scenario.
So who do you want to talk to?
Well, there are some pretty observant people. He notices Detective Columbo Leafweaver. So, a good primer or start that he can do is go to him and ask him who to talk to. So he's going to Columbo. Hello.
Hey, you seeing this shit?
Hey? I've been seeing this entire thing go down, and frankly, I just want to vibe more than and learn from people who are much better, much smarter than me. Yeah. I feel like this is the best place for that.
I'm not too much of a party type goer myself. My sister, she loves the stuff, but me, I just like to watch and observe how people interact with each other.
My aunt, my sister-in-law, she loves this stuff. You know. Sorry, go ahead, Matt. I want to try Columbo so badly.
I just want to smoke a cigar and have a good drink, you know? Given, a couple of my past girlfriends have told me to stop smoking. Apparently it's horrible for you, but, it's life. You do some things to enjoy it, not necessarily to live longer. You feel me?
I feel it, says Goes Tal. And so he asked Mr. Detective Columbo, so, Mr. Detective, who would you recommend for a guy like me to talk to? To learn more and see more.
Columbo looks at you and is like, well, honestly, you might try and talk to one of the newer arrivals. They are in the dance hall for the most part. But before you go, just one more thing.
Just one more thing.
Your fly is down.
Damn. Really? This fly is down? I wasn't planning for that. Damn.
Columbo's not high enough level enough to actually one more thing you, but I gotta do it.
Got it. He's gotta do one more thing.
Your fly is down.
Your fly is down.
The thing is, are you gonna pull that up or not?
Listen. He'll pull it up, and then he'll
Are
head
you gonna
into.
zip it up or you gonna let
before
it loose? What
before
are you doing?
before he heads into the dance hall, he asks Detective, "Can you point me to this figure? There's a lot of people on the dance floor."
Well, there's 3 of them. I'd stay away from the woman in armor. She's a little bit of a feisty one. You know,
Woman in
I had a
armor.
girlfriend like her. She tried to murder me. Generally, though, the relationship was good up until that point. Then you got the woman who's wearing the Sarenrae garb.
Woman in
She's more of
Sarenrae
someone
garb.
you want to go to if you're injured. Not necessarily. I don't know. Parties and Sarenites don't seem to go well together. I was at a party once with my mother when I was young. Anyways, after a failed Sarenite conversion, I had to flee from the hall since it had been burned to the ground since, irredeemable stuff was going on there. And then finally you have the woman with the blue hair who works at the Winking Whip. I think she's a whore. A lot of people in my family have worked with Callistria, and a lot of the women in my family are whores.
You have a particular eye towards the woman in this dancing hall, Mr. Columbo. Is that something you're seeking for today?
No. There's... once upon a time, my father told me never to go to any parties that are sausage fest. I don't know what that means, but now I know what the opposite of it is. Oh, and one more thing.
But one more thing.
Your gun is jammed.
Oh, I don't think I'll be using it tonight, but thank you for that. I'll be sure to re-rack it as soon as I get out of the party.
Tao. You don't understand what I mean. I mean, the cock. It's just pulled back.
What is so much Columbo today? What the heck am I? What the heck am I doing?
You're bricked up, Tao.
Columbo, I'm gonna reference. Columbo's referencing his exes. Well, there's not the regular Columbo. This Columbo is referencing his exes and saying, "Here are the 3 persons to go to: the whore, the healer, and the one you chose for the feisty
just out of curiosity.
He said
just out of
talk
curiosity,
to the new
I kind of
people.
want to see who's on that floor, but I don't know where it is on the map. I wanted to look.
So, yeah, Tao, roll me
we have a couple of
diplomacy check.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see what he can roll. Nat 20.
So, we have reached the peak vibe. There is one more round we have to do before we get to that fight, so we'll do that tomorrow. The fight
I wonder who he
won't
talks
be
to.
super long, but you get some more time to talk around.
I'm gonna say, Matt, what did he do to contribute to the vibe? All he did was went to Columbo and asked, who should I talk to? And he's not even in a dating situation. It sounds like Columbo is trying to set it up to him to meet a girl or something. When he's
Columbo, you asked, hey, who should I talk to find out more things? And he's like, well, there's 3 new people that you haven't talked to before.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But how does that contribute to the vibe?
Because Columbo had a good conversation.
Fair enough.
Columbo was sort of mocking you in front of other people. Other people had a good time. Like Amani and Olivia both laugh after you walk away because that was funny.
Listen, though, your fly is down. Listen, pal, your fly is down. One more thing.
Down.
Your gun is jammed.
One more thing.
Okay.
Your dick's hanging out.
A third thing. You bricked up.
You're pretty bricked up there. I know. This would not be a Tao thing. Maybe it would be like one of the other characters I play. But like, one more thing. You're pretty bricked up there, Raphael. I noticed you looking at Kimiko over there.
One more thing. Your fly's down. Second.
I have good news. The good news is you guys will have the option if you want to continue this tomorrow. We can go through the round, but you don't have to take actions to contribute to the vibe unless someone starts contributing to the anti-vibe side. tremendously.
Ooh.
So basically, tomorrow we
Ooh.
can either skip directly to the boss fight, or if you want to chill out more at the party, you can. But that is the plan for tomorrow. Basically we can either get through this in like basically a day when you consider we only had half a day for this, and go on to another one, or we can take our time tomorrow, enjoy it, and go into
we can start another. We can do the beginning of another Affinity mission, or potentially finish another one that's way shorter. Gotcha. Okay.
And I will mention, so here's the thing. I do have Chizire's little bonus for the Affinity mission. It's a meta magic. I just have to find what the meta magic does. The meta magic option is not specifically tied to Sorcerer, but it is at a level of, like, it's a level 4 feat for a meta magic.
Gotcha.
So
may I ask, how do you... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's more of a character thing. You can ask it after you end the stream.
So, yeah, let's say goodbye. We'll chill out a bit after we're done, but that's the plan for tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Yep. See ya. Bye.